Good evening, folks. I'm Baroque, and welcome back to Eternal Strands. With introductions and prologues out of the way, meeting our wonderful little Weaver band, and getting some lore deep dives read out and done, we make our way to our first expedition, explore what the game has to offer. Without any further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well this evening. Well done getting through week. Put your feet up, grab a cuppa, and join me. Right. So we're in and off we go. Now the community page on Steam had a couple of little tips and things like, you know, known issues and that kind of thing. Something to bear in mind is inventory size. That can be upgraded and grow over time, but just to know we'll be a little limited early on. Also, that will, until we unlock a fast travel point, we'll have to walk our way back to. Giving us some landmarks. That gate seems to be the goal. At the title screen, those seem to be our fast travel points. There's Funky Akala. And Angry Roberts by the looks of it. Shiny boxes. Need all of these, and I assume again things that aren't shiny.
Oh, no interference from the enclave.
None. The connection is much stronger than outside the veil.
That's reassuring.
Going to be a lot of hitting things and collecting stuff. I actually think it might be quicker. Yeah, that seemed to work. Just log. Not always a guarantee, neither. Ah, too heavy. Rin upgrades her map as she enters each region. Open the map and look. Oh, I see. These are the regions within this first area. Glintwood Hollow. Collect 2, etc. to reveal. Weather, collect 4 notes to reveal. 24 overall. 5... I don't know. Compass points. Landmarks. Lead that to believe by that. And then one gate to find. Heyo, doggo. Wrong button. Gives that fit. So I know exactly what breaks into what. We're trying everything. Spectacular vista. Well, the surge clearly struck the Enclave hard. The maps remain generally accurate. I'm at the edge here, so I assume I'm not flying off into those areas. There's our big statue again. Already. So how can I tell what my inventory is then? Okay, here. Ooh. That is not a lot. I can see why people wanted the base size upgraded. If I've just walked in and we've already filled out 6. We'll have to see how we get on. It depends how many resources are thrown at me this early. Don't know quite how far off the beaten path I'm going to need to go on this first expedition. Hello, Lemon. Okay, so there is a reason to even chop down all little ones. Oh, boy. Maybe just the ones with flowers? Red cotton. Colours based on said flowers. Big leap again. for a second loom gate. Look for a great arc near the mine. It's not going to get old. Just grabbing stuff. Hardwood and softwood and all to make and upgrade and do with. Oh boy. I'm trying to get my bearings. Ow. Ice pins foes in place for a time. Control them to reduce pressure during encounters.
Oh, ox. And they're clearly happy we're here.
Arcs were supposed to be used for manual labor. Hostility is strange.
It's kind of just keep them busy. They try and free themselves. How much of a stack can I have? I know when we go back to camp, all this stuff gets deposited like straight away. Great clog. Not really breaking until I hack some of the other bits and bobs. So I know I can Breath of the Wild style climb, but it's hard for me to know. Even if we could, we do not have the stamina by that. Attack and defenses are slow. Stamina is being charged. Oh, that music's swelling in. Said is all the materials that you end up using don't get wasted. If you want to swap what you've built into something else, you can downgrade what you've made, get the materials back, as well as again upgrading various things at your camp. Guess we're just wandering for now.
Fresh water in walking distance of the campsite. I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later. Hindra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
0. Charge tip, maybe? Okay, charge tip will do it. There's specific materials I need better stuff to deal with. Oh, let me get this yellow dye, I assume. Three too heavy. That's not. Though it didn't look like that did any damage. Maybe our little explodey flower. Yeah, that did it. Steel leg, 2-star. Oh, rare. Ow, 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 ow. You have to bear in mind that will just explode. Okay, so the brook was kind of where it wanted me to head. I'm going to head back down towards that water then. I don't know how generous we're going to be with fall damage yet. i.e., am I going to drop off a small ledge and immediately die and regret my life choices, or are we going to be alright? Doggos. Take the bridge. Ooh, not quite got that down. No. See, we're already full. Well, crap. That's disappointing. Oh, that's it. Uncommon already. This one for now. We'll just have to see as we go. It's like any game that has encumbrance and that kind of thing, all these inventory limits. I understand the desire not to give you unlimited space, because at some point your inventory is going to get untenable, but I don't know. Too tired to hack more tree. I want to. Does bigger tree give more or shinier resources? Should I just wait for bigger sword? Because I know I'm going to return to these locations as well. I know it's something of coming back and doing too. Probably just shouldn't really worry about it as much right now. Anything sneaky down here? Nope, just an edge. Not quite an invisible wall, it's quite a visible wall. Ooh.
That's the edge of how far I can push the scribe.
Claudia Passanista, what was that? I know what it was.
It'd be like in the Veil's shadow all over again.
Doesn't seem to have come up anywhere in my inventory, so... It's not in key items either, so not a bloody clue. What am I doing wrong with these boxes? Is it height, distance they're travelling, not hitting them into another object? More to figure out. I'll save chopping down more trees for now until we know exactly what I'm doing. Ooh. Hand-drawn map. Water-stained and frayed. The Youngcliff paper was always so strong. I've come over this way. There was a little bit in the middle that I was trying to investigate. I couldn't pick up the light wood. Drop the heat resist for now. Take the shinier material. Kind of waterfall I can... no, this doesn't seem safe. I mean, surely I could just take the fancier sword and shield. They do look rusted. Come, sword. Can I hold indefinitely? It just has like an amount that I've saved up.
Point. What a beautiful view.
It's quite nice. Ah! Sneaky doggos. Oh, my health. No damage unless I hit something specific with them. I'm more at the point, whereas the brook was up and around that way. Red over there. Vein coming out the mountain? I'm not sure. It's very pretty. I like this style a lot. I kind of feel like this is how, if WoW was made in this day and age, you know, like new engine, this is kind of what it'd be closer to. Ooh. Tells are a little quick. But I'm just not good at doing them yet. There we go. Raises its hand. There's a moment to breathe. Little ting. Then it swings. I don't know which material I'll need more of. Assumably, creature I'd want. They're cold resist. Balanced is probably the way we're going to want to go. Just trying to... They all have little... Every piece of hide will tan thick and strong. Still hardier than most cloths. Not the strongest metal, but a pleasing blue tone makes it popular in dress armor. A little bit of flavor text for each wood. Only soft in comparative sense to the other woods. The workhorse of metals is iron. Now conifer, despite best efforts, still carries a distinct odour when wet. Lovely. Too flexible to be truly stone. Durable and light, enough to shape. Not technically cotton. Cleans, cards and spins the same. Hardwood is heavier than softwood, but hard was snappier to say. Thicker, stronger, better. Steel. Pure flexes allows the creation of strong, easily worked alloy. Thick-eyed. Kilnhander's child's joke before diving under warm blankets. The bad men are coming. Thick. Hide. Very silly. Lightwood. As a bonus, the bark weaves into a lovely basket. Oh, well. I don't know. I feel like in my skin, I'm like, I need all of the things. But I already cannot get all of the things. The idea of walking back to camp already is unnecessary. Feels like I should at least hit one or two of these objectives. Mountains. You love to see it. Yeah, until I get my bearings, commentary is going to be a little more. I'm just kind of in awe and enjoying the view at the moment. Exploring. So far, combat's pretty simple. I know the what reviews have said. Like the base combos and stuff don't really change, but you do get upgrades and stuff to your weapons. Power. Put in ice. More dudes. Need to find our way around to that brook again in a wee bit, but I assume that's going to hurt me. Or at the very least, yeah, a bit of damage over time. Another one. Whoa, you went miles! What happened? Okay, fall damage was generous. I didn't take a load. Red iron it dropped. I assume like iron, but I don't know. Heat or cold resistance is red instead of grey. Come on. Hey, we made it. Where's the other one? Why did he just take a full-on barrel dive off the cliff? Ooh. Guide, and what was this one? Fire Bloom Fiber. See, that one also sounds... Sorry, Red Cotton. This one is shinier. I bet I need a load of those base materials, though. Okay, they're pull-off, not platforms. Oh, it didn't quite go the direction I was hoping. Ow! Am I still getting frozen over here? I don't have the mana. And it's just cold in and around it. There was one up here. Where were you hiding? Go meet your friends down there. Trying to get it so when I climb down, I grab the walls, but it's not looking very doable. Just a miscellaneous sewer grate that's buggered. Oh, hang on. Happening there. Can I break this one? A little. It seems like it's clogged. Unless that's just my ice that fell down. Any of this that I can actually... Okay, I'm kind of linger here. Yes, the very breath of the wildie. I don't know if there's any reason to getting on top. But I've done it nonetheless. Now, if this were Assassin's Creed, we'd have a good old lookout before going down. Alright. Full damage seems to indicate I can just jump down from things. Hello. Why didn't you escape? Because these run away and run around, it seems like I'm going to want to be icing them straight away. They're all going to be dropping red iron, aren't they? I only found this one stone. Rather take the material I'm going to find more of. Materials, discarded campsites. More steel. It's better than me picking for ages. Nope, that's not gonna work. Rock. Come on. Better than this. Hey! Bronze? I love bronze. I'll take it over cobalt iron. Give me that bronze. As in D&D, I tended to be a bronze dragonborn. Kind of the origins of the name Baroque. Or one of them, I suppose. There's more than a few. I assume once I get a stronger weapon, it will work better than just flinging things at the rocks. For now, though, it's working. Ah, and these are small enough I can actually jam them together. And maybe a load of steel early on will help me get into a bit better armor. Oh, how are we going, game? Nowhere near enough. Nah, I'm not going to make it up there. Come on, Brent. These pipes interweaving through it, overgrown, covered in moss. What were they for? Oh, it dropped something. I thought it was just a bone like the others. Uh-oh. It is a bone. Oh. Sneak lizard. Just invisible enough. More new stuff. A data. Don't want to be throwing away all my crap. God damn it. This irks me. This irks me a lot. This is like a couple points off. I will find more of these things. I will fight more of them. Was that like 3-star? The inability to send back to camp. Ooh, there is something in here. I was right. Need more mana. Oh, we could just climb over. Hello. You look a little bigger than some of the others. Ooh, yeah, you did a little ice blast. That is just spreading. A little tighter on the parry timing. Ooh. Just got the heel off. I'm getting battered by this thing. Problem being, dodging while I'm locked on sends me around it rather than off to the side. going to kill me. Please, no.
I'm pulling you. Brace for it.
No! Okay. If Prince's health reaches dangerous levels, Maria will use the scry to rescue her. In the event of a rescue, you can select which resources are preserved in her safe pouch. All of us are lost! Upgrading Casmin's caravan will increase the size of the safe pouch, allowing more to be recovered. I can save free. That sucks. Like, genuinely, when already resources are thin, that actually kind of really sucks. I'm right here at camp now, so I might as well go put these at camp and head out again. Refills my tonic. It's now night of day 1. So if I come back, time passes as well. Noted. They don't have aught new to say. Or it does.
It's quite a thing, being rescued by the scry.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could take more stuff back.
Disorienting. But better than the alternative.
I'll only ever use it when I'm sure it's needed.
That is a... You know, it's a punishment for getting bodies. It's just... I didn't know how else to avoid that cold damage.
How exactly does it operate?
Similar
But
to
I killed the creature. I hate when a dot does me afterwards.
I maintain a constant flow of magic into the scry, and it connects to you.
Letting you see the area around me.
In an emergency,
Still early days. We're still learning.
I guess yank is the best term on that connection.
How come you never hear about scries being used by military? Or to bring nobles home after a night of debauchery?
The rarity, I would wager.
Rarity and
Hey,
expertise.
we read the book.
Scries are enclave enchantments, and when the veil closed, supplies ceased. On top of that, it takes someone with exceptional control and stamina when channeling magic to use one for any length of time.
Got it. That's why points become watchers. It's really nice, having the sensation of you and the others watching over me. You're like the guardian spirits from the stories every Carnhaven child knows. You protect, advise, and of course bicker.
I wonder if there are any detrimental effects to it being a certain number of days. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting a Majora's Mask. The moon will crash into the world, but I'm curious if there are
Well,
penalties, or if
I
it's
don't
just
know
weather
about
and time of day.
spirits, but we'll be your guardians any day.
Compared to my last band, I'm glad we actually use the scry.
Just don't take
Pardon
it
me.
as a license to be reckless. Risky business flirting with death.
Oh, more.
So when I'm finished scouting the landmarks you mentioned in the Hollow, should I come back to camp immediately?
That's entirely up to you. Points privilege.
Well, it's not like I have the space
You're
at the
one
moment.
taking the risks, so you can gauge how far and how long you can push.
Not very far
From
at
time
the moment.
to time, I or the folks around the camp might have requests, but we'll defer to your priorities. And if you get into trouble, I'll pull you to safety. Might lose some resources, but that's a small price to pay.
I disagree.
Got it.
Massive.
A lot of responsibility.
Points privilege.
Can I ask how you knew to pack up the camp outside the Vale?
The tangles were shifting. They'd been static the entire time. And then, suddenly, just as an arc deflects a wave of Drake's breath, they start to move. That's no coincidence.
Someone's
How
wanting
did
us
you
to
know
leave.
to run to me then?
The tangles closed down the path the caravan took in. And it wasn't like I was going to abandon it.
Evening, AJ. How you doing, bub? Hope your week's gone all right. Cheers, Aurea. Right, anybody else want a natter before I get out there and try not to embarrass myself again? No natters here, they're just the white dots. White dots all round. Can't do anything with him yet. Can I craft? I can craft, but What does it mean by carved resources? Okay, so that's the wood. That upgrades weapon damage and shield. Oh, whereas the 3-star one actually does a lot. So we do need the cottons as well. Okay, okay. That's alright, AJ. No need to worry about missing streams. They're here at your leisure and pleasure, you know? I'm glad you've been enjoying. Can I make them without needing... Nope, I need a bit of each. Okay. Just change the colours and such. Ooh, so I knew steel was the right choice. Alright, well we absolutely need a lot more. But there seems to be no else I can do now. Gotta get back out there. Just try to last a little longer. I still go by the fact that I won that fight and it's not fair a dot killed me, but it's fine. Oh, all the boxes and such respawn. See. As do the animals. So I need to get basic... Oh, goodbye, box. I was blocking, you swine. Oh, little glow on the mouth. I need a mix of the different wools, metals, woods, and heavier objects. I'm overdoing it already. What am I doing? Let's just go, but try and get back to where I was. And I wonder if that frosty boy respawned or not. More than anything else. Even without fishing for materials, I am getting them pretty often anyway. Too heavy. There you are. Back. Took no damage. More wood. Wood! Okay, it's down this way. Past the frozen tower. Anything sneaky under tiny waterfall? No, he's too small. Well, it sounds like your run's going well, AJ. I wish you luck with its continued endeavour. Ow. His head stuck in the ice. That seems like a pretty reliable way just to... I'm assuming tougher monsters, or at the very least fire monsters, don't have to deal with that kind of problem. Am I full already? Alright. I'm not going to split hairs about it. I'm just going to keep moving. Oh, I do want more steel, though. Over the regular iron. Until I get a great sword. I have to make do with using rocks to break it. Doesn't seem like there's mining picks or out like that, but... Looking rocks at each other works plenty well. Bronze? God damn it, small inventory. Why are you like this? Or get battered in the snoz. You again. Invisible tongue fella. There you go. Ah! Little tougher to see in motion. Need cotton and stuff as well, so I have to drop something else. Okay, woven, forged, tanned, carved. Those are the different aspects I need to consider. Climb over again. Has he respawned? That's the question. He has. I see shit. I'm just going to throw rocks at you. But let's... Hey, don't like arrows, do you? We use telekinesis to keep him away. And we just pepper him with arrows. Don't give him a chance to do that big ice blast. Sounds like a lot of details to keep track of, AJ. But I trust you got that. Again, such strategy things end up being too much. I enjoy when big armies fight each other, and I enjoy building up a city. But all the math behind it, can't I deal with. I suck at. Headshot's doing a lot more damage. This is a slow and steady way to do it, but I'm not going to die and lose all my resources doing so. No. Nearly. No. Okay, actually hooking rocks at him. Way more damage. Back that way. Find more rocks for you to play with. About those boxes. Alright, let go. For the boxes. Drop 3 of the fur. So I can drop the weaker fur. Drop that instead. Ironwood. Suppose I drop the softwood for that. Formal complaint. Disorder among us, the Norians, and reckless disregard of tradition. Tonics. Very nice. Not a recipe or roll. I heard that's mostly what you find off the beaten path here, is more recipes for crafting. Just some materials in this case. Those look like regular doggos. But I'm hitting a new area. I should cut back up and around to that brook I didn't investigate. Thing is, I don't want to head back to
Creatures could be hunted
base
for food.
camp.
Any of these plants look edible?
Dan will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit. Just try not to poison him.
Well, he got wrecked. That's the thing, I don't want to be having to go to base camp so very often all the bloody time just to drop off a few resources that I've gathered. I don't know at what point it'll take to start unlocking systems for me to have more carrying capacity, bigger upgrades, stuff like that. Oh, there's one. Oh, come closer. You? They run so fast and so far. I'm gonna rock his world. What was that? Just did a jump kick to get to safety. I can imagine there's a level of satisfaction to learning like deeper intrinsic mechanics to games like that. Just got to put that time in. Okay, this was the way around we stopped at, so... I can only get so much info from this map. The centerpiece of this brook is... big tree? I assume? Okay, at least we can collect a large amount of materials when we've not... I see you, lizard. What if the wildlife fights each other? Come back. Crap. Swap to sword and shield. Swap to ice. Stop running about. I see it. Lizard's right behind me. Stop this madness. Oh, it's fighting then. Awesome. Less awesome. Eat tree. Oh, I did you both in. Doggo. I finished it off for me. Did I just walk on that lizard? Ah, the deepest of dives, I see. Stairs, question mark. Okay, so on the map, that's clearly whatever this tower is. Not like in Assassin's Creed, there's nothing gained to be climbing up the top. From what I can tell. Mainly just want to find that loom gate. Oh, goodbye bag. That was down in the little crevasse we were in. So, ah! Let's see. And it doesn't look like I have enough stamina to really get too high on stuff, but if we're going to Breath of the Wild, we got to try a little bit. Up. Cheeky resting spot. Go again. Will there be stuff at the tippity tops? Ooh, aforementioned gate. Wonderful. Ah, that's walled off. I see. Oh, okay, they make it pretty clear where you do and do not go in these little biomes. Oh! Okay, kind fall damage. Very kind. Lizard. Ah. Been spotted. Now it's time to get rocked. Too big. Can you pick up your stuff? That's okay for now. Until I'm actually able to upgrade stuff at camp, I need to not be so worried about it. Okay, that's where we fought Icy Boy. Archer's up and around that way. Assume that means I could fast travel to it. Explode! Not the most effective way to stun lock. Also, I can't lock onto them and then be using my range stuff. And swap weapons to get the parry pretty quick though, that felt good. I've lit the whole thing on fire. Keep making these ice walls and they keep going up rather than along. It's looking like I have to drag quickly to... Ah. Grab that healing tonic. Great power comes great responsibility. The moment I start using fire spells, whenever I get one, I imagine it's going to be a nightmare. To go along or to go up first? It seems like there's just a lake down here. Then higher up's the other spot I actually want to go to. Much of conquering, that sounds like, AJ. Much violence.
But lakes are still. Why name it after the spirit of flowing water?
Not chucking a fire plant into where water is. Nope. Don't mind me. Oh, I buggered it. Nope. Look over that. I'm busy. Spreads a little bit. Oh, and they can drop something. Ooh. Law. Forger's tools. One satchel and rusted curved blade. Once a forager's set. Fire leaves these little red glows all over the place. They're very pretty. Nice. Okay, that points back to the way I came. I see a shiny, though, that I missed. Is that just a breakable chest, or is it lower? Lizard! Just a chest. And a cave? Just a little bit down. Not like cave. That's where I was fighting him before. Oh, a little jank, but we did it. Just not expecting stealth, lizard. Two stealth lizards. What? Why are you suddenly resistant? What happened? They're invisible. Do they take less damage? Or is it just my sword? Ah, the achievement runs, AJ, especially when it is a reference that means something to us. I get you. Many a time, a game has increased its replayability for me just for the sake of looking on Steam achievements and going, hang on, I'm going for that one. Suddenly, the next week has gone by. Ah! Suddenly, 3 more doggos. I seem relatively safe whilst parrying. Don't lie, that didn't feel safe. Batter each other until I learn more spells. You get stuck in that ice. And we can charge up my attack. Beautiful. And I can pick up my own ice and use it as a weapon. Aim is a bit off, mind you. To do it a slight bit above. My foot! Heal. Okay, this isn't one of those games where the healing potion is auto-used. Sod this, let's get up over to the thing I actually need to find. Bloody hell, AJ, that's many achievements. For having 373. Wait a minute. No, birds. Birds. They move so fast. Hence the ice, I suppose. Don't seem that bothered by it. Sometimes they stop trying to break the ice like there. Sometimes they're happy to just keep fighting me. That for now. We're nearly at our first objective, though. Behind that waterfall is there. Hello, hello, hello. What have we got?
A set of schematics. Tarmakind smelling. Maybe so, I don't know.
Our first little recipe thing. Say what it is in my inventory. Does. Set notes dealing an intricate smithing style. Oh, that's vague, but sure. Let's get back up. What's the other one? Look for a great arc. Arc seems to indicate or be the name of the different robots that are about the place, like said bird people. Guess you could say I put that doggo on ice. I promise there won't be as many puns. It's okay, I just got to get it out of my system. Okay, well I found a cave as well. Surely it won't be a full dungeon, it's just going to be a little bit right at the door. Yeah, give me stuff. That screams, I'm a door that opens. And look, you probably need to put something in here. Maybe a fire. Which I do not have yet. I wouldn't judge yourself too harshly in a game with nearly 400 achievements, bub. Yeah, it's bad here. Some X. Fluttering caution in shorthand. I thought for a moment if it was a collectible. They preferred it at day. The music was a little more jaunty. Now it's just kind of chill. Quiet. An opportunist grace. Designs for crafting of a glow and audio indicator to make them easier to find. Collect them to unlock new gear for creation with solar. Understood. Goodbye tables.
This must be the second loom gate.
What's covering the base?
I'll check it out.
Scaled for an arc. Still thrumming with magic despite long... Okay, so arc are the big buggers. If this is one of their staffs, then this is one of the giant Shadow of the Colossus things I need to find. Seems early to fight one of them, though. Before I investigate the gate, let's just make sure there's no else lingering nearby. Some doggos on the way up. Whoa! Need to get used to that. Rin just has a huge amount of forward trajectory. Like, whenever you just hit the jump button, you just kind of... Rather, when you're in a direction, there's a big launch forward, especially when you're sprinting. There isn't really a push and squeeze going on. It's more like... Big chest. Get some of it. Don't mind me, doggos. Just grabbing a few bits and bobs. You're all good. Go about your day. Yeah, I'm glad it gives you such variety, bub. A lot to see. A lot of the world to explore. Speaking of, I'm going to follow this pipe. Nope. Game says no, not this way. So I understand games set in biomes. I don't need every game to be gigantic open world. Unless you made the inventory size times 10, then we can talk. There's that nasty miasma again. All I know is not to go in it or near it. Can we get this gate working, though?
A lot of debris on the platform. I could clear it with kinetic magic.
What about the loom gate itself? Is it functional?
Tidy up a bit.
No sign of life, but see that cloud of raw magic? It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
So we have two powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Tarzan.
And he's gone.
Okay. So not I can do about this right now. I thought maybe I could... I freeze where this gas is coming from? I can't really see where it's coming from. Just this whole pipe? That hasn't worked. No, I figured I'd give it a go. That seems too easy for what's going to be a story quest. Oh, you did it! You froze the pipe! save the day and everything's hunky-dory. At the very least, I can clear... Oh. New quest. Just level 2. Moves grass highlights objects that can move. Red hat. Okay, just let me know. What's this one? Use it to clear the rubble on the loom. Well. So that wasn't like they suggested it, but they didn't actually give me it as a quest. Oh, now I have to move my own goddamn ice. God damn it. I've made it worse for myself. That's why the quest popped up. They were like, how could you do this? Made mana come back. I tried Stellaris a good time ago. You take all those big kind of politics, building, warfare, and just put it all into space with way more to consider. Just as confusing, albeit pretty. It might not have been Stellaris. It might have been like Sins of a Solar Empire. One of those. Out of the way. Big bit. Come here. Need a bit more mana.
There. With the debris gone, this loom gate doesn't appear to be in poor shape at all.
I know we could trim some of
Time
the
to check out
cuttings.
the Great Arc.
Huzzah! Where on earth will I find this arc there? Across the bridge, maybe? Oh, hang on. There are little meows at the door. And this little kitty... Oops, sorry, mouse. This little kitty has been to the vet today. And has been very, very upset. So forgive me a moment. I'm just going to let her in and have the bed. One moment. Oh, little miss. You doing? Oh, we're not happy. We're running straight to the corner of the bed. Oh, dear. Been a rough day. Oh, you can steal the dressing gown, that's fine. What? Want to come say hello? We're not on mic or anything, or on video or anything, but you might hear Kitty purring. What? Oh, go on, you son. Smell like poop again. You've been running in the fields. You've got back and you silly old thing hasn't cleaned yourself properly. If you put poo on my goddamn dressing gown, I will be somewhat livid. Alright, we're back. Stop it, bugger. You settle over there. Looking at me like, why aren't we having fuss? Why aren't we having cuddles? Because I'm working. Right, where are we going? What is the 1 out of 5? It's a hammer symbol, so... Oh! Hammer symbol was behind me. Did that just mean quest? Doesn't have the same symbol. 3 of 5. 1 of 4. Yeah, they're all going to be like this. Or did it just mean the gate? I just want to make sure I understand. It's this bit then. Wish I could zoom. So what, that indicates more needs to be done in the area or something I can come back to? More to figure out. So less like women and more like just some people. Plenty of fellows with the same disposition. Oh, we're settling now. Good girl. You have a chillax. Near the collapsed mat. Oh. I think I found it. Don't mind me. I'm just going to have a quick nimmy up this way. That's not a real word. I just made it up. There's that living ore again. Ooh, steel. Come here, friend. You're gonna help me. Mine the steel. Mine it good. Love that it has to be dead on the... Aww. Perished beforehand. Oh, did better work. Disgraceful. Take the steel, though. Ow. Note to self, there is friendly fire with the telekinesis. Bit of bronze. That's it. I had plenty on both ends of it. But each to their own. Like outside the veil, this strange mineral has overgrown the rock, pulsing with magical potential. Okay, and then we can shoot off in that direction. Past the collapse mine. Another entrance there. I wonder if that takes us into a more dungeony area, or maybe a quick way back to camp. I should at least pull the quest along now. And we'll be back exploring soon enough, I've no doubt.
I was right. It is an ark. A great one.
It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
Always the wise idea. Ah, giant mech! Let's go right up to it and hope for the best. Checking the nooks and crannies. Ah! Okay, this is a good line to bear in mind. Steel Ficide, very nice. Now, it can be difficult with relationships to meet even ground thereafter. Not always possible, depending on how things turn out. Let's say my history maybe 50-50. Opportunist Mask. Another piece. This will get a helmet. Just like anything in life, it's just the people and the circumstances and context around it. Don't tend to think it can be generalized. All people are crazy. Alright, go on then. I'm gonna wake up. Oh. This baby can be toggled. I guess that's where the Shadow of the Colossus comes in.
An ark of the stricken earth, I would guess. Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to
Oh, that's how I climb down.
Doubt my sword is strong enough.
Then there's not much we can do with this for now. Dom seems to have an idea about the loom gate, at least. 2 Enclave constructs.
There we go.
Neither of them functional.
Nope,
Good
that way.
news. Lane found a shortcut back to our camp for you.
Oh,
We've
thank
got the
goodness.
wisp working.
The wisp?
Watch as wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the shortcut.
Understood. Up on the D-pad, conjure a wisp. Mario will consult with the team and maps to guide it in the general direction of your closest objective. Awesome.
I see the path.
Good. That should
There was in
take
the
you to shortcut.
options menu as well, just to turn on a compass, which is off by default, so I left it off, but maybe that's like a bonus help material. Which way did you point, game? I'm confuddled. Nah, fair enough, bub. As I say, each to their own. Don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Circumstances aside. Seems to be just straight that way. Full damage seems fine. Yeah, it looks like, unless it's like a gigantic leap, I'm generally going to be alright just jumping off high places. Hey, doggo. I missed. There we go, not this time. Couple of well done rocks. A letter approving entrance to the Enclave for a group of Tanzan workers. All their ruined caravans. Now mine. Wood for my conquest. Get burnt, lizard. You dodged. Go back in the fire. Didn't work. He doesn't seem to give a tiz about the fire. He's dodging my arrows. There you go. It's still going. Maybe it's some kind of fire lizard. Doesn't seem to make sense with it being invisible, mind you. Faster at swapping out weapons. It's just going to take practice. More death down there. Look, it's just oozing out. Is that one of the pipes? Yeah. Seems like whatever got rid of Magical Kingdom in the centre of the world was probably their own magic, judging by all this. Grab a couple of these red flowers. There you go. I had very little of that material. Right, let's head back. Which I assume is up through that little door. Let's not fall down and lose all my resources. That would suck right now.
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station.
Ah, okay, didn't want me to go further as well. That's fine. Aye, Eldritch indeed. Oh no, I've taken off the wall sconce. Throw it down upon the rocks. Oh, it exploded. In this cave. Or a little bit of something. Ceremonial kindling. Material for starting a fire. Especially treated to ensure a fearsome blaze. Get some more stuff. Is there anything that I've just got one of? No, I do need more woven stuff just because I don't have much of it. Woven, carved, forged, tanned, woven, woven, tanned, woven, forged, tanned, tanned. There is 3 of this, though. How many woven versus tanned? 2, 3, 4. There's woven is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's even. That's fine. Alright, well, if we look at our little wheel here, I've got telekinesis, I've got ice. I know I'm going to get fire and multiple abilities of each, so eventually I'll be making my own fireballs. And from the trailers and stuff, it looks like you can combine your powers in pretty fantastical ways. Like creating some kind of black hole, then shooting fire in it, and then it explodes inside the black hole, and then it'll be poor unfortunate enemy stuck inside. Or you can use like a little gravity well to shoot you forward. Maybe you chuck an enemy into it while they're on fire, and the fire goes flying. We already use ice to pin a dragon's wing to the ground in the prologue. Fascinating little physics stuff.
Let's fill her in.
Okay, team.
We believe we found a way to activate the loom.
This is our Weaver band.
And in
Good bunch of folks so far. Let's see. Small Lies Beyond. Anticipation.
With
Beyond.
the loom gates active, we could expand our search of the Enclave. Who knows?
Will you give us a
what we might
beverage? Make
find.
sure you do the same out there.
The potential for discovery is endless.
Agreed. So, how do we repair a loom gate?
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as the Tapestry. The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the loom gates as a source of power.
A few of them looked cut off.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
You send me back there just to ice up that thing.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
Oh.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke apart.
In notes dated before the surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the arcs riotously drunk and talking.
Apparently, the Arks have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic, and can be separated in segments.
So we learn Sev's race over there, big furry muscular tusked fellow, only live to be about 60 and they reach adulthood at the age of 14. So don't be fooled, we've no idea if he's young or old. And the voice isn't helping either.
A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to seal a rupture in the tapestry.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the arc. There's no way my sword is strong enough.
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace. No problem.
Huzzah! Great sword, please.
We'll talk.
Great foresight in removing the debris from the Loom Gates platform.
Yep, welcome.
We've got a clear workspace once the patch is forged.
Happy to be one step ahead.
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Aye aye, bird captain. Bryn records all of her objectives in her journal. Open it, and in the body of the journal entry, Bryn often records additional details about her objectives. Consult with Casmin to learn about improving the base camp. Our quartermaster, Casmin, can improve the base camp with whatever I can scavenge on expeditions. I should go see her at the caravan to find out more. In the Loom Gates. Hard to believe that we're on the verge of restoring a Loom Gate, but here we are. I won't remember to check the quest ones every time, but now that I know they have little bits of lore in them, or at least character conversation over it, I still can't get over how capable this band of weavers is. Whether their plan requires me to cleave carapace, thin shielding, from the inside of the armor plating on the Great Arc in Glintwood Hollow, my sword isn't quite strong enough to do that. With Casmin's help, I can make improvements to Sola's forge, who in turn, and then be able to reforge my sword. Right, let's see if anybody wants a natter before we crack on. Day 2. Some folks are moving about. Lane, how you doing? Got no codexes for them.
This may sound fairly ridiculous, but the real draw of alchemy for me is how it grants me the ability to help people.
Oh?
Yes. I enjoy my little experiments, I'll admit. I enjoy synthesizing new and wonderful compounds. But mixing an unguent for the urchin girl by the canal with the flea bites on her legs? That was, I felt, a rather more responsible use of my allowance.
Oh, they like to help.
Of course, the house would have looked down on that. The instruction not to mix with lower classes was implicit, but clear nonetheless. I even used alchemy to disguise myself so I wouldn't be recognized. I wore my hair in a stark white for a time, if you can imagine it.
Did you look silly?
Striking is the word I would use. My patients didn't mention it, and my apothecaries knew better than to make fun of their best customer. Alchemy is the science of change, and while I am happy to explore those changes both within and without myself, well, I think my natural color suits me fine for now.
Might change your mind. You never know.
Exactly.
See where they go by the end of the game. Suddenly bright red. Passage of time. After each expedition, time passes as Bryn rests and recovers. Each day is divided into 2 daytime expeditions and 1 nighttime expedition. Every time a new day passes, conditions in the Enclave change. Creatures can change locations and extreme weather conditions may appear for that day. Now the negative reviews. Well, to be fair, not even just negative reviews. Most reviews mentioned that some of the weather conditions just felt a bit ugh to deal with. We'll have to see for ourselves as we get there. We've already been killed by frost damage over time, so... This robot is still dead. Damn. No enchanting yet.
2 wonders of enchanting, an arc and Loom Gates. We can touch them, smell them if we want.
Slow down, Dam.
And they don't work. Maddening.
We can smell them.
Did I what?
Smell the loom gate.
That's the question, Bryn.
A little, but that's beside the point. But mossy, hints of sage, a subtle yet embodied undertone of dirt.
Quizzical eyes. I love those little
Amazing.
details.
Well, now we just need to get it working.
Oh yes, should our plan succeed.
And if not?
Then it is time for Plan B, which I have not yet thought up, but I'm sure we won't need.
Bless his optimism.
They are quite the thing, aren't they? Tangles, I mean.
So I have no idea if dialogue gets cut by new stuff coming in or if it all queues up. So I
After
just
what
try
it
and
was
keep
like
on top of
outside
it.
The Enclave, the ones in here are child's play.
It is an enduring mystery as to why the Veil's shadow is flooded with them. I did not expect that they would be so common inside the Enclave.
Are they common anywhere?
No. They were theoretical until the Veil went up. And then, of course, they became political.
Dig in. How did the
What did
politics
you mean
factor in?
by political?
The surge was specifically catastrophic towards enchanted equipment. Explosions, out-of-control activations, you name it. And tell me, logically, who were the most likely people to have enchanted items on or around them?
We were.
The rich and powerful?
Oh, and them.
Well done. So, in a single
Thought they
moment,
meant
you
weavers.
have what seem to be hundreds of assassinations.
Suddenly all the wealthiest all suddenly explode at the same time.
And decades of war followed.
As I said, political.
But the tangles
What
themselves.
exactly are tangles?
Our little miasmic fog.
To our best understanding, magic is more than just energy. As far as we know, raw magic is a physical substance, but normally invisible. Our mantles gather it from the air as we move, but tangles prove it can concentrate on its own.
What do you mean by them
You
being just a
said they
theory
were
then? Because we can
theoretical.
see them and I've been
What did
damaged
you
by
mean?
them.
Lane and I have been digging. The only research on tangles we could find were thought experiments until the Veil's appearance. As you might expect, that research was done here in the Enclave. Apparently, they did not publish everything they knew.
Clearly.
Thanks, Dom. That helps me understand them better.
Ultimately, the most practical advice I can give is very simple. Don't stand in the murder cloud.
Sound advice, Dan. They're endearing. Again, I'm not expecting crazy conflicts between them all and people turning on hating on each other and me. I don't mind having a merry band of friends, though. Oh, hang on, you're the main one. Let me see, Sevfer. Oh, bless him. Shy Sev does not have anything new to say.
Did you see the size of that mine entrance? Amazing, isn't it?
You mean the one behind that huge deactivated arc?
That's the one. Given the size of the entrance, I can only imagine how huge the mine must have been.
We're thinking of crafting materials
The
here?
yields
Yeah.
must have been incredible.
I've heard the rich resources are a big part of why weavers first settled this area.
The land's hostile, but they knew it was worth the risk. Ores from the Enclave are high grade, very pure.
Okay, so we need to remake my sword and shield. I can also make other stuff. Don't have enough woven stuff. Oh, and that's actually a completely different outfit. Less weight, but more rangery. Again, colour changes based on the material I'd be using. As does the metal. As does the other cloth. As does the little bit of wood on the side. Can't make either of those yet, though. Nor the mask. I need way more of this woven stuff. Now, the quest just wanted me to reforge my sword and shield, so we'll start with that. Oh, he's changing the colour of the shield as well. It's simple, but I really like it. Right, that's the biggest increase. Oh, I only have that one. Sure. Woven. We'll just go for the highest damage upgrade possible. Fancy. A mundane sword and shield becomes a mundane sword and shield. Look, it's changed the colour of my sword and my shield a little bit. we should talk to Casmin about upgrading stuff. Oh no. I've made a mistake. I didn't talk to Casmin first before upgrading, so I've done the order wrong and the quest is going to be upset. Crap.
Sounds like
I got so excited.
I only helped him with the design.
It's alright, we can downgrade it from what I understand. And then just make it again. We'll be fine.
You practically finished it.
What is this? A competition of humility? You're both brilliant, just like this design.
I can agree with that.
I suppose.
Alright, get to your Kaz. Let's talk to Burb.
I believe I was promised one epic tale on how you discovered the route into the Veil's shadow.
Now, you did say that, Arya.
I suppose I did promise you. Rumours of a safe passage into the shadow had been swirling among Weaver circles for the last 5 years. They'd always piqued my interest, but I couldn't get a solid lead on it until 2 years ago. Weavers in a caravan bound for Don Brennig told me they no longer had a point. They'd lost an older Casil fellow who journeyed on the Strand Road before the Surge. He insisted on one last big expedition before his retirement into the Veil's shadow. It killed him, but they got pretty close.
So you got the route from that caravan?
Not quite. The point that died was the one who led them in. He had the trade roads memorized. But it was confirmation that getting close to the Veil was possible. I spent the next few months chasing leads. Eventually, I was able to trade an Ash Peak Drake's Tooth for a map of the trade roads with a dubious Ashar woman in Tarza.
Valuable Drake's Tooth. We'll have to get one when we fight it again.
A drake's tooth?
Some people believe grinding the tooth of a drake into a powder and consuming it could have stimulating properties.
My goodness. Dragon Viagra.
Ah.
Fools. Regardless,
tried it, didn't
between
work.
the map and the other leads, I was able to plan the route that led us to the Veil's shadow a fortnight ago. The final missing piece was an apprentice point to take on the expedition with me.
Glad I could help. Thanks for sharing, Arya.
What's a good adventure if you can't regale someone with the tale later?
Nah, very true. Alright, let's see about the whole upgrading camp thing and if I haven't just buggered myself. Oh, hang on, we pet the big fluffers. Not on the top of the head. Yes, look at you, strange, powerful cow creature. Kind of has more... Again, it's not really biologically cow-like, other than the horns and kind of the head. It's almost more... canine? I don't know, it's very powerfully built legs. Like bends. There's a word for it. Casmin, how are we doing? I can change equipment or we can do quest. Quest, please.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up?
I owe you an apology.
What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I should have been more welcoming.
You've come around in the space of, like, 2 expeditions. It's
I was
fine.
just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured, and then having a point takeover who...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you've been more than proving yourself.
It feels a little soon for that to come around, but
Finding
sure.
food and water a top priority. That's when I realized our Weaver band is in good hands. I underestimated you when I shouldn't
I
have.
went for steel and bronze. What do you mean?
Frankly, I was a jerk about it.
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not.
Aw.
I really am sorry. I hope we can have a better relationship moving forward.
Thanks. That means a lot. Let's just start fresh, okay?
I'd
Yeah.
love that.
How are you getting on?
feeling now that we're starting to get settled?
If this is settled, I'd hate to see us scrambling. I have a hard time letting my guard down when there are so many unknowns. We're still missing supplies and our campsite isn't half what it should be. Can't see myself relaxing and smelling the roses anytime soon.
How the importance
Throne
of
Point seemed really
point roll.
serious to you.
I mean, I know why it's
Why that
important, but
is?
why to you?
Because it is serious. If you screw
Yeah,
up,
there you go.
we all die.
That seems extreme.
Think of it this way. Let's say we're low on food in the desert. If you scout 3 leagues in the wrong direction, we're all 3 leagues further away from food we need to survive.
Right. I guess I see what you mean. Still sounds like an extenuating circumstance, though.
And being the first to enter the Enclave in almost half a century isn't an extenuating circumstance.
Point taken, I suppose.
Kitty has had a slight nap on the bed and now is like, open the door, human. I wish to leave. One sec. Come on then, little miss. Out you go. Okay. Wheel back in. There we go.
You know, when talking to Lane, they mentioned that you actually trained to become Point yourself. I was wondering if that had something to do with why we weren't getting along.
Oh, no. Being Point just wasn't for me. That's all.
Fair enough.
So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword. What does that entail exactly?
Unfortunately, the missing supplies I mentioned.
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the priority. But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them into supplies for our campsite.
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it.
Salvage resources. Salvage any excess resources into supplies, a generalized resource. Supplies are used for multiple things over the course of Bryn's adventure, but the earliest use is to restore the band's capabilities through station upgrades. Oh, I need to do some. Each resource converts into 1. Whereas one of these turned into the 5. Okay, okay, so the blue stuff does more. They go to 2. Oh, it's like 1 and we go. Let me do...
These are a great start.
Oh, it was after a specific number.
With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our campsite. We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup is only half of what it should be. But we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed. Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Like honing your sword so it can cut through arc armor.
I suppose I only upgraded my, like, the mundane sword and shield I had. I didn't forge it into something new. Again, as long as I can actually downgrade that and get the materials back.
Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for our mantles with new tools for weaving. And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is invaluable. There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be safer for it.
I do love building up home base.
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need anything.
Silly.
Come on, there must be something.
A bow. You've got 2 swords and arrows and no bow.
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have
Shelves?
some ideas for your supply pouches. But don't worry about me.
No,
I'm
supply
fine.
pouches.
Right
Come back
now,
to that.
Improving Sola's forge is more important.
No, no, no. I disagree. Inventory space. More shelves.
Kaz, don't be shy. If it's shelves you want, it's shelves you'll get. We'll organize the crap out of this place in no time.
Oh,
No, I don't need them. I mean, it would be
the
nice.
blush.
I'm fine.
Come on, say it with me. I deserve new shelves.
Deserve new
No.
shelf. Oh, spoil sport.
Yeah, I thought that was a stretch too. Don't worry, we'll make some improvements around here.
Thanks, Bren.
Shelves. Okay, so how exactly does that work then? Use supplies to upgrade a station at the camp. Okay, so we salvage them, then it's a separate button. It's very specifically wanting me to do one at a time right now. Upgrade weapons and armor at level 2. And we get a little there building it up. got a new table. Display area. Whatever the hell that contraption of a forge is.
Sola is delighted with the improvements to her forge. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Bryn.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line in no time.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain in the back. Would help to get a garden going.
Oh
in
boy,
here too.
she's going off on it.
Vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me. We'll need the... What?
I'm going to spend all my supplies on that shit first before myself.
Do you ever take a break? You know,
Inventory
to
space,
enjoy a
first
job
and
well done?
foremost.
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Right. Your shelves.
You know, I've had a lot rattling around in my head since we got here too. Sure, there are so many new discoveries, that's exciting. But we're also trapped inside a hostile environment. Balancing the discoveries with survival is hard. Sometimes it just gets so loud in my head, you know?
Yeah. I do.
Oh, we're bonding.
It's like waves crashing down on me from all sides. All these awful thoughts of what could happen keep dragging me under until...
Oh no. Hang on. Got a little too real on the anxiety side of things.
Never mind.
You can tell me.
Until... I can't breathe. Or it feels that way.
I get it.
You do.
Completely. Maybe we could slow down and catch our breath together sometime. It would definitely help me.
A nice comfy chair to go with the shelf. That'll sort it.
I'd better get back to work, but... This was nice.
Right. Restoring some of our smithy's capabilities. So that has a present for me. Well, maybe I haven't wasted material after all.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way
I only
to
handed
go.
in like 12 pieces of leather.
Speaking of, I've
So
something...
it's better it asks for general supplies rather than specifics, especially when you're just giving away surplus. That's better than realizing, oh, I've got 50 wood and they want metal and I have 2 of those.
We've been
you know?
scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials. They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
Oh, yep, sorted for me. That's nice.
Can you
Anything
also
else?
reforge armor? Improve my bow?
Sure can. Weapons or armor, we can rework them with different materials as you prefer.
I love the fact it changes their like appearance as well. Even when it's the same like model piece, changing the color and getting a different feel for it, it's just nice. Even if we're going to need some stuff for like hotter and colder weather,
What's
but
the key
you know,
difference between
cross those bridges when we come to
forging
them.
my gear and just making something new?
A very good question.
If you want gear that does something fundamentally different, make something new. For instance, there are fabrics, metals, leathers, and so on that are highly resistant to heat. A suit of armor made of a combination of those would have been incredible against the Drake you faced in the Vale's shadow.
And that's where the Monster Hunter comes into it.
If you don't need something additional, and just want to improve what you already have, that's when you reforge. Keeps the clutter down in the caravan.
Okay.
What
Bonus
should I
improvements.
expect from a reforged sword?
It depends on the materials we use. Some hold edge better, making your swipes that much more deadly. Others make your gear lighter. Or, for something like armor, change the way it handles heat and cold.
It seems like we had defense, heat, cold, and stamina.
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through arc armor.
A great sword, please. I know they exist in this
That's
game.
the spirit.
That gave me some stuff. Oh, craft and reforge is a separate thing. All of Bryn's gear can be reforged to swap out lower quality materials for stronger ones of the same category. Original materials are reclaimed for use as part of the process. New materials will change both the appearance and status of your gear. High quality materials will have a significant impact on Bryn's damage and survivability. So, yeah, I just made a second mundane sword and shield. Can I scrap the ones? No, I've just made them fresh. already done it. Does that count? No, it doesn't. So what I can do then... I knock it down from hard leather to this one. Then I get the hard leather straight back.
There you go. Not just good as new. Better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type.
Okay.
Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible, to work with whatever we've got in the caravan.
We got a chunk of steel left.
Once you have everything we need, we'll forge the patch here.
I did need the other big bit. So this fantabulous conduit patch. Right, so let me reforge again. That then puts that on there.
Use these well.
So how do I... But once I've crafted another one, that's where I've buggered myself. There isn't like a breakdown or sell. Upgrading after improving the smithy gear can be upgraded, increase its effectiveness. Additional units of the same material. And they can only do so much, however. Certain materials are just fundamentally better, and sometimes it's better to craft something new. Okay. Oh, alright, I see. So that just uses what it's already made of to bump it up. I still want to get rid of my base one. I have enough of these, I just need said carapace. It's the next order of business then. Can't make the hat yet. Need more woven stuff. Way more woven stuff.
Well pleased with the reforge. There's another option too. We can enhance your gear.
Ah, just had a look.
Not the same thing?
No. Enhancing uses more of the same materials from the original construction. I use them to add a bit more protection to your armor, reinforce your blades and such. Worth doing if you have extra materials. I'll be able to do more as we build my smithy's set of tools back up.
It feels like I shouldn't just frivolously chuck out resources just yet. Okay. Already gathered the metal to house it. Once I cleave the carapace from the Great Arc, Zola will have everything she needs to forge the steel. Have a quick natter of everyone. Bless Sev doesn't want to talk to me, it's making me upset. Damn, how you doing?
Colour me delighted that we're starting to restore our capabilities around the camp. When the time comes, I'll work with Casmin to create some new tools here.
Then we can start weaving more intricate strands into my mantle, right?
Yes. You harvest, I'll weave, and we'll have you channeling such magic.
So you're going to be how I kind of upgrade my spells? I assume?
Shouldn't we be trying to find a way out of here?
Focus on one thing at a time. That's all we can do.
What is there to focus on except that we're stuck inside a magical bubble for all eternity?
How about
Oh no,
your share of the
he's
camp
losing it.
setup? Less worrying and more unpacking, please.
You'll get there, Seb. I hope. You can try. Like, are you getting on? More alchemy stuff
I
yet?
couldn't help overhear Dar mentioning the surge's impact on the politics of our lands.
You really do pay attention to what happens around here, don't you?
A survival instinct. Growing up in Udea, you realize the walls have ears. If some of those ears aren't yours, you're at a disadvantage.
How many ears do you put on walls generally?
That was actually the problem, you see?
The problem?
After the surge cascaded through the Maida, every kind of long-range magical communication broke down.
Huh?
So you have magical chaos and no way to confirm if your nation is under attack. You assume the worst and retaliate. Udea, my homeland, was hit hard. Our trade fleets had become rather dependent on magical navigation.
It's like if the internet just went and a load of computers just exploded overnight. Chaos and
they
hell.
couldn't find their way home.
Or at least to a safe harbor. You could argue the loss of our fleets was worse than any individual war.
Because the trade network suddenly collapsed. My parents used to talk about shortages during those years. It got rough. they said.
Yes. And the worst wars are fought over resources when people are desperate. I very much hope we can find the true cause of all that suffering.
I'm going to bet you it was people meddling in affairs they didn't understand and magic going
And
kaboom.
a way out to share it with the rest of the
Hey,
world.
maybe I'll be
after we
surprised.
do.
A bit more.
A crafter is only as good as their tools, they say.
And you need yours.
Glad we're starting to upgrade the camp then.
Very much so. There are alchemical formulas I simply can't create for you without the right alembics and specifically treated crucibles.
And now I'm thinking more like Witcher and Monster Hunter again, like a bit of hot drink, a bit of the various... What was the one in Witcher? Like Swallow? That was one that healed you over time? There were so many in Witcher with all
Once
crazy
have
names, I
those,
can't
they'll be
remember.
sent. Many of the plants and
I enjoyed
minerals
that process,
I'm after are
though.
within safe distance of the camp, so I'll be able to gather them myself.
Oh. Fair enough. Self-sufficient alchemist. It's the blade of my sword that changed colour. Very nice. Move Chasm in again. I don't quite know... Okay. Now everybody can. Further in the story. 20. 50. 15 slots in her pack. Scribe able at 4 safety. So this is the most important. Straight away. Easy peasy. More carrying capacity. Lane stuff's going to help. Cold resistance and heat resistance will help a bit. Power upgrade, I feel like it's only going to be useful once we can actually learn more powers. I don't think we're there yet. Have a nat first, see if that gives me any insight.
What you said about the point roll not being for you.
Oh no, we're digging deeper. Britain, give it time.
Lane said the training was going well, and then one day, it just stopped. Can I ask why?
Honestly, it was just too much for me.
Oh no.
The responsibility that comes with being point. I guess I caved under pressure.
With the anxiety layer on top of it, don't do this to me.
Leaping headfirst into danger isn't for everyone. What made you decide to become a point?
Oh no, they've given me the decision. Discoveries, the danger, collaboration. I'd say discoveries out of all
Neither
those.
of my parents were weavers, but my dad would tell me stories about the Enclave as a child.
You became a point because of a bedtime story.
The
What
smirk.
can I say? Magic gripped me at a young age and never let go. Now that I'm a point, the possibilities are endless.
And has being point given you what you're looking for?
So far, yeah.
Good. For a long time, I felt like I let Aurea down. She wanted me to continue with the training, but I just couldn't. When she offered to keep me on as a quartermaster, I was surprised.
You seem to be doing pretty well at the
In
job, to be
time,
fair.
It made sense, though. I always enjoyed the planning of my expeditions, more than the expeditions themselves.
So you've been happier as a
That's where we
quartermaster?
diverge. Hate planning shit when it comes to big trips.
Yes,
Does my head
this
in.
is much more my speed. Besides, someone needs to hang out with Arva.
Arva, I assume, is our fluffy
Seriously,
friend.
I'm more than happy to leave the creature wrangling to you.
I'm not sure I have what it takes to pack a caravan anyway.
I've seen how messy your tent is. You most definitely do not.
I have not been given the option to decide that game. Been messy in my own goddamn time. Right, so we currently have 0 and I need, what was it? I needed 20. I know where I can get more of this dense fur from that blue one. I can drop one of those. Hmm. 21, so that's salvage all button. Right. Hang on, is my inventory at base camp going to be limited as well? So I should probably empty stuff out? I don't know. Seems unclear at the moment. I definitely need more woven stuff. That's the kind of thing that I have sod all of. Don't want to get rid of any of the blues. Maybe I get rid of all the basic stuff for now. Just 'cause I don't exactly have much more I can craft. Anything that isn't woven. Okay, I was worried that salvage all in the bottom there was going to take everything out of the camp, but it looks like it's just the one stack. Yeah, thank goodness. There we go, we keep the blues and the greens. 78 is a lot, though. More. That candle is way too close to that shelf. Right, she wanted some shelves. Oh, crap. Further in the story for more. Son of a gun. Right, well, I could do that one. But again, I don't think I need stronger magic yet. We'll go with lanes and try and get their potions. Oh, it just gave me them straight outright. Fantastic. Oh, look at the little setup they got going. Is that we're really going to fill this camp out? Resistance vials. Frost Shroud blue. Flame Shroud orange. Vials provide strong resistance or shrouding from their namesake condition, meaning a Flame Shroud potion will make brain highly resistant to heat. Resistance only lasts a short period of time, but is very strong. These vials will automatically refill on each return to the band's camp. Understood. And again, further in the story. The only one left is Darm. Can I hit that one? How many did I need? I needed 50, right? Yep, sod it. Do it all in one go. I'm here. I want to get it there now. Oh, he's actually got space for weaving. His wheels all set up. Things can be done. And a rolling pin. It seems... used in weaving and tailoring stuff? Anyone out there a tailor? Do you use a rolling pin regularly? Still can't dismantle or get rid of my garbage one. I still can't make any great swords, which I'm very sad about, but we'll get there. Right, let's make sure everybody doesn't have anything more to natter about now that they've got some new bits and bobs. Can I use your thing yet? No, but I've upgraded it nonetheless. You have it. Lane, anything on yours, or is that just putting the... No. So it sounds like I just get the potions. I have them with me, regardless. You're not on the forge. Castro seems happy. Well, we give Ava a good pet. Yes, you are the best strange creature. Whatever species you're called. They best survive this game. Okay, there is more room in here. No actual rest button, but that's alright. Don't put a training dummy in your camp game if you don't let me fight it. Oh, mind you, let me balance on the goddamn arrow tips. Holy shit! Alright, before we press on, we're going to have a quick bio break. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. And then we will crack on, seeing what... I assume the moment I try and hit this arc thing, it's going to come alive, and there's our first proper big old fight. Unlike the dragon where we had to run away. So let me just type into the chat. Those who come through. There we go. Click it back in. The music's on. It's always in games like this, I want the ability to get my character to do an emote where they just sit down and chill for a bit, but there we are. Alright, stretch your legs, refill your beverage. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. See you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let me just get my headset back on. Get wheeled in. Swig of his drink. I now cold tea, but it'll have to do. Right, let's get back out there. Okay, still no fast travel as of yet. Inventory is a little bit bigger. Not by loads, but given I've already upgraded stuff, I feel as inclined to be grabbing constantly, but pick up as we go. Ooh, I'm locked into the animation. Can't do my little parry. That's a lot more damage, though. Early upgrade, but working wonders. How do I change my... Okay, left and right on the D-pad. I get one of each potion for now. Free of my healing. Let's get back over at the mine. Why do they both have a tick on them? And yet that hammer at the top there does not have a tick on it. Go investigate that area again. It's not exactly a Ubisoft waypoint marker, but it's just enough to let me know. Perhaps there's something about. Woven stuff isn't really coming out of the crates, so I need to be hitting more of these little plants. Ones with coloured flowers on them. Ooh, didn't even have a chance to swing. It's also helping me with my gathering if I can chop stuff down faster. Big tree's still taking a bit. Oh, and that goes into 2. Interesting that it spawns out of the trunk rather than the bit I'm chopping, but there we go. The more we know. Let's get round and up to that miney bit. The fastest way through. Either way, it all takes about the same amount of time. Something that gives me more stamina is going to be very useful. I imagine that's crafting a whole set of gear, though. None of these have, like, the inherently you have bonus stamina on them. Dirty bag. Well, the bags seem to just have potions in them. Try and get round to... Oh, hang on, this bone. I chuck it at if there's an invisible fella about. There was. Didn't take any damage from it. There you go, much easier. Ow. Damage over time. That frosty boy down the side should have respawned. Again, maybe that's just a nighttime enemy, or times of day and weather conditions do in fact change a lot of stuff. Then you're going to have to bear that in mind. I think it was here in the daytime when we died, though. Yes, there you are, Frosty. Going to keep you locked up again. Or not. All it has to do is hit me, and look, we're Frosty. Heal. There we go. It went down at least, but that frost over time is not nice. Oh, the chests only get opened the once. Right, so when I'm opening those and I'm getting resources from inside, make sure to actually discard other stuff and pick those up, because we can only get them the one time. Noted, game. We're learning. Let's get up and about. Nope, I saw a blue flower and thought maybe. That chest can now be reopened. Okay. So it's not every chest? Or I missed it? Maybe because I didn't pick up every resource in it? figure it out as we go. Okay, so the little hammer's kind of past here and up there. Maybe up on this ledge? Ooh. And indeed it was. Oi. A little thump, looking up the different resources. A little bit of sound design. Those things feel a little more interacted. Can't see the tick though with my face over the top of it, so... Ow. Excuse me, if you wouldn't mind. Got stuck on his way there. That hit the tree. Got to bear all these physics in mind. I don't think crushing stuff with large objects is going to tire anytime soon. Still assuming he is going to need a fire of some kind. That screams brazier to me, so. And that screams door, but you never know. Oh, we're full again. Get rid of the red iron. Grab the steel instead. Right, let's get over to the ark. Go hit it a few times and see what happens. You. Already full. I'll take the hide. How's that? Oh, look, there's another hammer still above it. Maybe that is after opening that door? I just don't understand what the hammer represents at the moment. That's the problem. Alright, you big bugger. I assume the moment I boop you, you're going to wake up.
You're coming up on the Ark of the Stricken Earth. With a stronger sword, hopefully the carapace will come off easy.
Yep. Just make sure it's ready to animate. A little flap. Oh, and it is my sword as well that I made. Nice. The trailer said something about making armor cold and brittle.
You'll need to swing harder to cut through armor that thick.
A spin! Oh, hey up.
What's happening?
Retrieving the carapace is going to be trickier than we thought.
Oh, no weapon. You're gonna pick up a tree, aren't you? Everything is my weapon. Picked the finished tree. There was a much bigger tree there. You were alright. It's gonna throw stuff at me, which means I can throw it back.
Is she really ready to fight that thing?
I'm gonna try. Oh, we big.
Catch your breath. When you're ready, you can climb the ark to attack it from different angles.
Oh, look, I can pull off its armor, but it's a little too thick. Ow! Just beamed me across the face. Okay, so... put one leg in place. Oh, look.
Hit the exposed skin with everything you've got.
Our journals from earlier were saying... watching how, look, how the magic follows up the body indicate specifics to me. So if I go and knock each of these, I imagine this, because there's two ways. You can either defeat these normally, or you can do something specific. Nope. Your arm is stuck to your chest. Okay, can't hit that yet. Oh, hold to cling. Ow. Alright, alright. Another one here. Give me it. on the back. On the shoulder.
Move on.
Needs more than one. Move for now. Uh-oh, let go of it. I did some damage. That's solid. Freezing it in place seems the most useful at the moment. Takes a lot of my ice energy though. He gets out of it pretty quick. Doesn't help if I miss. Ooh, the delay. Alright. Get me back up there. Don't mind me. Just up your butt. Any more of those little things on you? Maybe on your arms? No, doesn't seem to be on the arms. Nope. Oh. Okay. Block? What do you mean block? Climb on the bloody thing. I'm looking for it. It feels like there's a puzzle. Is there another one of these things on the head? It says 0. Also at the moment. Nope. Or do I just start hitting the legs now? Not like that. Almost looks like they've re-armored in some way. Oh, I'm hitting each bit individually. They're turning white after I hit them with my sword. Oh, crud. Cling. Okay, that feels quite monster-y. Okay, then that part hardens. Stab at the belly. That's the grab. That hardens. I hope I don't kill it before I achieve what I'm actually trying to do here. I think I'm going to do. Yep. I got Carapace.
I was worried we might lose our chance to get the Carapace, but you secured it.
Any concerns
Strand
about
acquired.
using the Archon's
Ensnaring
Strands,
Blast Strand.
Concerns? None. Excitement? Considerable.
Hmm.
We should be able to weave that strand into your mantle bring.
Okay, so I don't just have the magic. That's what I have to go and help him with. So again, from what I heard, you get more materials if you beat them down like that. But there's a way to like draw the magic out of them kind of at point blank. So I needed to, assumably, get each of the other parts hardened, which meant both arms and the head. So if I hadn't done that bonus damage to him... Five. 3 on each of those. It's one on the Great Foe. Just one of one. Heavily armoured and physically the most powerful of the arcs. Notes on behaviour and how magic courses through its frame. So we take that back to Lane, and they will tell me, assumably in the codex there, how to do that properly. From what I understand, these Great Foes respawn in the area, so you can farm them for materials and all of that. Deal knit. Let's head back. Luckily, there is that shortcut back. Ooh, chest. So most of the chests have respawned. Bar the one with our frosty fella. Just up this way. Ow. Reacts a lot for how little damage actually gets done there. Oh. Beautiful shot. albeit the woods are on fire. It's fine. Heat resistance might be an idea for just how often I'm likely to set myself on fire. This part of it's still locked off for now. Sodden Pass. Wonder why. Can't farm any of the fancy growing ore. Oh, it's miasma. Never mind, that's why. Take me home, shortcut. Like any RPG, get back to base camp, we check in with everyone, have a natter, and push the quest forward. Assuming they want a natter, which, given how much I talked to them last time, no, these don't, they're all good. These are all good, apart from the quest stuff. Lane, I do in fact have codex to give you. Ark of the Stricken Earth. In terms of pure devastation, nothing matches the raw power of the Ark of Stricken Earth. Building a bespoke mining bar and standing tall enough to graze the treetops. It's no wonder that their mere existence was considered extremely controversial prior to the Surge. The Enclave insisted that these massive arcs were designed strictly for construction. Any fool with the faintest spark of imagination could see their destructive potential. I have no doubt at all that the Enclave's military strategists were prepared to deploy them in defence of the borders. Their kinetic blasts alone would make quick work of any sort of temporal fortifications erected by would-be invaders. These offensive attributes, of course, also incredibly useful for their stated purpose of quarrying, shaping, and transporting stone and other building materials. The massive bridges and seemingly impossible rises of Dynevron, I'll get that word eventually, are both proofs of this, and a veiled statement of their potential. Alas, following the Surge, it seems that any of the Ark's instincts relating to construction have fallen by the wayside in favour of an overriding desire to smash anything that moves, including a vivacious Point Bryn. We do wonder, however, whether they might be responsible for the circular carvings found on rock walls around the outskirts. From the strand Bryn recovered, we believe the locus of their power is set. This is it. This is the gameplay implication. Essentially located over where an Assur's heart could be found, insulated by the layer of carapace under the chest plate. Exposing it is merely a matter of peeling that massive slab of armour free. Our enchanter insisted I clarify. Oh, the heart for that race is in the centre of the chest. So it's not actually what I was doing to... That's just stopping me hitting the same bit over and over again. What I actually have to do is just pull away that slab of armour in the front. The other great foes we've got in the inventory are a little more in-depth than that. Again, I'm not sure why the game started me with like these two already here. But like this one at the bottom is like, you got to break its frills, burn its fur, and then... Oh, that was the other one. And then make it bang into something? I know. It's interesting stuff. The idea like in Monster Hunter of, you know, you kill the monster or capture it, you get slightly different rewards. You chop off the tail, you can then get some tail rewards. You break the head, you get like a crest piece, that kind of thing. And I really like that stuff. Mantles. Weavers channel magic through the strand of power woven into mantles. Each mantle can only be attuned to strands of the same family. By harvesting more strands from wild creatures around the Enclave, Bryn can gain new abilities or increase the power of ones she already has in her mantle. Ah, I see. I can use both of them at once, so how does it know which one to choose? Also, I need a specific grasp strand, and that at level 2. That's going to let me grab heavier stuff. That's the new power. Same with the frost one. Improve my wall. Let's learn the new one for now. Fragile Ensnaring Blast. Every time a new strand is harvested, Dam creates an artificial strand that resonates with the harvested one, allowing for future study of the magic within. Some quest objectives require a specific quality of resonance to progress. Each strand's upgrade in Bryn's mantle increases the resonance quality as well. Qualities in order are fragile, fine, and exquisite. So you need each one 3 times then to fully max out. So you want to kill those big bosses at least 3 times? It's like I'd want to go back and grab this other one. Generates a vortex of raw kinetic energy that draws foes and objects alike into its attractive circle. Pairs well with other abilities and attacks as it gathers foes close together. Kind of see it there. Cool.
Hope Warrior's wing recovers soon.
What's it, Len?
Bryn, one would think you've been fighting massive constructs your entire life.
I mean, it did grab me and hurl me to the ground, so it wasn't perfect.
It's a newer hobby I've picked up. On account of only having seen one for the first time recently.
Yes, it's quite something to see a massive Archon after studying their role in history for so long.
Imagine them all back at camp, all huddled round that little scry thing, seeing just the golden outline of me and the thing like, ooh, no, dodge, dodge, you know. It's really backseat gaming about it.
Concerned about something.
It's a fun image.
Oh, no. That Arcs are still functioning in the Enclave is a revelatory discovery. I'm elated, of course.
Very convincing.
It's just, this Archon brings up more questions than it answers. For starters, Arcs of this variety tended to carry a slate bar to help break rocks.
So where was its weapon, and will the next one have one?
It was clearly working in the nearby mine. One must wonder whether its tool was lost in a cave-in. It's hard to say, really.
We found a tool closer to the fast travel thing we haven't fixed yet.
Another mystery. There's no record of Archon hostility towards Weavers. Did they turn on their creators after the Surge?
Is this just about the Arcs?
It's about everything. I suspect we're chasing dead ends. None of these leads fill me with any sort of confidence.
Reassure.
Come on. Sola told me you once deciphered a 1,200-year-old Tarzan pictograph that led Aurea to a cache of lost treasures. If anyone can figure this place out, it's you.
Rin, have you ever built an archive from the ground up without access to records, first-hand accounts, or living witnesses?
I can't say I have.
Nope. Can't say I have.
Sometimes.
That explains your optimism, but thanks for the vote of confidence.
All we can do is put one foot in front of the other. If we're ever going to solve this puzzle, it will only happen piece by piece.
You're right about that. More pieces would help, though. Maybe if you track down other arcs, we might start to understand what's going on with them.
More information about anything trying to kill me is probably a good thing. Though it does mean getting close to the things trying to kill me, which is less good.
I'm realizing I can't actually do the thing to pull off its chest piece because my telekinesis, like grab, needs to be leveled up at least once more to be able to do that. So trying to go back and farm it isn't exactly going to be useful right now.
Yes, do try not to die in the process, as that would render the information less useful.
How very kind of you. Right, let's see about this patch. Oh, I only have the steel. Crap. I have to use decent stuff for it. No, well, that's what we get with limited resources. Patch to seal the broken pipe, in the hopes of restoring power to the loom gate. Sev's design. Well done, Sev.
Perfect.
You think this patch will fix the leaking pipe?
Yes. And with the debris cleared, why don't you tell Aurea we've got everything we need to fix the loom gate?
Me?
Acting or otherwise, major communication should come from the point.
I'll keep that in mind.
Dismantle. Aha! Dismantle weapons and armor that have outlived their usefulness to recover all of their material. As materials return to the camp inventory for use in crafting or salvaging. Excellent. I was hoping this would be the case. Be gone, other mundane sword and shield. Delicious. It seems like, unless I get a new recipe to craft something entirely new, like this opportunity Cuirass. Oh, hang on, it's got a thing that says match magic on it. Can I mouse over that instead? No, okay. So it's not going to let me know what I'm building there, which is... I assume by max magic just means your max magic is increased, you know? Same with the head. Doesn't seem like it's like a set bonus, but... Even so, before I spend any of these resources, I should go and check in first. Well done, Sev. Your plan worked. He'll talk to me one day. He'll be fine.
The patch is ready, and I've cleared the debris at the loom gate in Glintwood Hollow.
Excellent work, Bryn. Time for you to take a well-earned rest while the band heads into the hollow.
Oh, we're all going.
You sure you don't need me to come?
We've got this. And you need the break.
Oh.
All right, if you say so.
There's plenty of beasties still out there, but... At any time in the camp, Bryn can rest in a tent to advance time. Day will advance to night. Night will advance to the next day. Alright, so that's kind of how you get... What's the word? Pick when you want to go out. If you want to go at night time for one reason or another, you want it to be daytime. Like Monster Hunter, only specific smaller wildlife would spawn at specific times of day. It did say it would change the location of enemies and stuff like that. Oh no, we're not going to get protagonist visions, are we? Not quite. The robot? No, it's us looking in on them.
How's it going?
That's pretty good.
Bryn, you're awake.
Seeing the other side of it.
We're making progress over here. Careful with that.
Hey, no one came back to camp, did they? Is the rest of the band still with you?
The robot's awake,
We're
Bryn.
all here. And the leak is just about fixed.
Ooh. Everything, literally. I suppose the game's called Eternal Strands. Gate is like woven tapestry itself. Wait a minute. You're not the robot?
Wait,
You're one of the, Casil?
want to talk.
You've got horns? Plot thickens.
That was incredible.
Hey, couldn't have done it without you.
Actually, we couldn't have done it without Sev. I didn't expect you to have such a deft hand with magical conduits.
Oh, he
I'm
blushed.
not, I mean, we just got lucky it held.
How old are you? It's so confusing.
Not to distract from the victory, but something happened while you were gone. I saw something. Well, someone.
A Hearthsider?
Maybe. The figure was masked and standing at the edge of the camp. I think they were watching me. Before they disappeared.
How friendly.
If there are people still left in the Enclave, we need to find them. They can tell us what happened here.
Yes, I was just thinking we should chase down the scary masked figure that likes to watch Bryn sleep.
You have such a way with words, Seb. Caution, though. I do agree. But they could be scared. They both work for different reasons. I'll go with the
Hey,
middle.
even asleep, I am a pretty fearsome presence. Seriously, though. We just burst through their veil, defeated their massive arc, and powered up their lost enchantments. Wouldn't you be scared of us if you were an Enclave Weaver?
That's actually not a bad point.
Friendly or hostile, if there are Hearthsiders, we need to find them.
Agreed.
And the good news is, fixing the Loom Gate didn't just give us easier access to Glintwood,
Oh?
it expanded our scry's reach.
Oh, so now I can push further into the area, and that's kind of the story conceit as to why it was locked
So
off.
scries are somehow connected to the Enclave's tapestry.
Every scry was built here.
This means you not only have access to the Loom Gate, but you can safely explore further.
Would have been interesting if they were like, no, you can go that way. You can go further out past that magical wall if you like hit a button to opt in. But if you die, that's it. Hardcore. Delete your save. Game over. Job done.
Incidentally, our maps
Seems a bit
indicate
pointless for your
that
storytelling,
there's
though.
a village
Would have been
beyond the
amusing.
hollow in a large swathe of wetlands known as Dredger's Mire.
Okay.
Perhaps we'll find our Hearthsiders
Not a
there.
poison swamp.
Bryn, why don't you brief with Lane before your next expedition?
Understood.
Sounds good.
After that, It's time to use the Loom Gate.
Why didn't you guys return using it yourselves?
We needed to take a key swatch back to camp in order to connect the two. We'll make sure you have a key swatch to connect any other loom gates to this one from now on.
So I should just be able to power them up in future. Understood. Robot's still asleep. You have to tell me about the swamp then, Lane. Oh, talk first.
Have you ever wondered why the Vale is, well, called the Vale?
It's a giant wall with magic floating above it. Seems pretty veily to me.
No. I don't think I've ever thought about it.
Obviously, nobody outside the Enclave knew that it was going to appear. So when the surge hit, everyone near the Vale was essentially vaporized. The first travelers to witness it all said the same thing, that it looked like a mourning veil, with tangles gathering around its base. A simple description, but quite evocative, wouldn't you say?
It was better than the words I used.
And that's where the name for tangles came from too, I'm guessing.
Correct. Their existence had been theorized previously, but they required massive amounts of raw magic to form, non-existent in the wild. Until the surge, of course.
I'll try and keep clear of them. Thanks for the history lesson.
Anytime.
Right. The swamp, though.
Here to brief.
I like to know everything I can before venturing off to a new place.
Just beyond the forested hills of Glintwood Hollow lies the wetlands known as Dredger's Mire.
I didn't fully explore Glintwood, though.
Much like the Hollow, the Enclave prospected many of the raw materials needed for its ambitious constructs and projects from the Mire. Oh, it's no coincidence you found the Ark of the Stricken Earth near a collapsed mine. Likely, it was used for the excavation of minerals and metals before the surge. I believe the natural surroundings of the Mire were also rich in resources. The Enclave even settled a small village there known as Poldervale.
Which is where I might find that masked figure that was watching me.
It's possible.
Poldervale.
Regardless, do you have any...
It's like the sound of it.
Before you head out?
More details on Poldervale.
Can you tell me about Poldervale? It seems like it was settled pretty far from their capital.
Indeed. Though, when you take instantaneous travel through loom gates into account, what constitutes a remote village changes. The village was likely settled to facilitate the prospecting of raw materials in the outskirts. Resources farmed here could easily be transported across the Enclave through the use of loom gates.
Understood.
Apart
dangerous?
From the village, it sounds like this is mostly untamed lands. Any expectation that it will be more dangerous than the Hollow?
I would expect so,
Yeah,
yes.
Fair.
We've made camp in a way station that's pretty far from Denevron.
To Nevron.
And
And
Ramaya yet
get that to
even
memory.
more remote. Everything I've read says the deeper into the outskirts of the Enclave one ventures, the more wild and untamed the lands become.
You're saying my battle with the Great Ark might be looking like child's play soon?
What's that?
Possibly?
Possibly.
Some of the others didn't seem so sure we should be trying to track down the masked figure. What do you think?
History demands we find them. If the masked figure truly is a Hearthsider, their stories and what they've lived through in here would be invaluable to our understanding of the Enclave
Assuming they tell the truth.
and of the Surge.
And don't attack us.
Sounds like I'd better find them then. Thanks for the info, Lane. I think I'm ready to head out.
My pleasure. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I didn't have the biggest role to play in the Loom Gates repair. I'm not exactly handy with a hammer. But watching the band work gave me an idea for a new alchemical project. Its working name is a Loom Shard.
Go
A
on.
loom shard.
Yes, it's a shard that could draw magic from a Loom Gate and
Let's
bring
travel
it
back to camp.
safely wherever you are.
How is this different from Aurea putting me back with the scry?
I get all my stuff.
Unaided, Aurea can only summon enough magic to bring you back safely.
Exactly what I want.
Not all the valuables you might have collected on your expedition. Because this shard draws magic from the tapestry, it can bring you back safely with all you've gathered.
But does it cost materials to make, or am I just going to have it on tap?
Thanks, Lane.
Oh, Loom Shard. Lane's creation. The Loom Shard allows Bryn to return to camp from anywhere in the Enclave. Takes time to activate, however. So use of caution. Oh, it's a Healthstone. Excellent. Oh, a little more talky talk. Collect his observations. It's not hard. It's hard not to study a thing in the course of repairing it. And a new. Oh, that gave me enough lore. What's that new quest? Epic hunts. Track down, harvest an arc of the stricken earth to collect another ensnaring blast strand. I never complain about the ability to create a field of raw force, pull things together, explode them apart again. I've been considering if I could use the explosion to launch myself into the air if I were already above it. Tempting. I like how these like quest logs and little lore bits are actually giving me gameplay stuff. Like that's there explaining to me something I saw in the trailers, but I thought that was a different capability. Regardless, if I want to make it even stronger, I'm going to have to find another arc of the stricken earth and harvest it, pushing my own magic into its pattern to gather a complete strand of its power infused with my own. The sensation is supposed to be unnerving but exhilarating. The challenge, of course, is twofold. Exposing the pattern first, then hanging onto it long enough to merge it with my mantle, and then tear it free. So again, we can't do this yet, from what I understand, unless I can pull off its chest plate. Maybe I can break its chest plate? It's unclear. Off to the Dredge's Mire. According to Lane, it's a swamp where raw resources were prospected and farmed by the Enclave. A small village known as Bouldervale was settled there. It's possible that's where our mysterious half-sider came from. You can reach the mire through the far side of Glintwood Hollow. Sorry has asked me to use this exposition as an opportunity to test out the Loom Gate. Alright, so we have to go back to the other area anyway, so we can explore it a little more. Alright. Solar, I'd like to do some upgrades, please. What's up?
I hope I'm not prying by bringing this up, but Dharm and Arya told me about your last band.
It sounded pretty grim.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like it was pretty rough.
It wasn't great, that's for sure. I mean, I gave up everything I knew to become a weaver. And it only took a couple of weeks for me to realize I had chased the wrong caravan out of town. All that band did was drink and fight. I stuck around, thinking I might be able to make a difference if I became point, but...
Angry face.
Aaron chose someone else to take his place in the end.
You're in better hands now. I promise. Even though I'm sure your last few days with us have been... a lot. Do you have any regrets about leaving?
Oh, one friend couldn't say goodbye to. Yeah, that'd sting.
I did have one friend in the band. Pelagia. She was their enchantress. She was actually the one who convinced Aaron to let me join them. Due to the nature of my departure, I wasn't able to say goodbye. I thought I would send her a letter the next time we stopped in a town.
Then we tumbled through the veil.
Yeah. I don't know what she must think of me.
If she's a true friend, she'll understand.
I hope so. Friends like her are rare.
That's what makes them special.
Right. Could make the opportunist one again. It's a little less armor, more resistance, a little lighter. Do the headpiece first. I don't know how much stuff I have. Not loads. Fortunately, the material I have is the best one and has a lovely colour. Essentially, do I want armour or more resistance? Armour at the moment. I have a lot of cold resistance already. Let's try and bump the heat up a little bit. Iron wood. Oh! Which one's changing the colour of the... Oh, you are. Damn it. Liked the goldy colour. But that's just categorically worse. But I like it, though. It's 1 point. 1 point will be fine. Cosmetics. I regret nothing. Alright. And I can reforge stuff. Make it tough. Oh, no, that's crafting. No, 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 no. Not the same as reforging. I want to make hood set. I could only make a basic one right now. be a little beyond basic. I have some stuff. Match magic's going to be good. I'd rather it not be the red one, but we'll go with what we've got. Yeah, that's the joy of being able to reforge it later. Got a lot of cold resistance on the other bit, so I probably want the heat. But the colour, though. Go with the heat. Got to do one for stats. Okay, and then I can reforge my bow, potentially. Can up its damage with these. Changes a bit of luck on the quiver. Bit of metal on that. 1 damage for the blue. Okay, and then the other pieces that I have. Ooh, resistance would go down a little bit, but rest would go up. Let's heat more cold, don't need that. 1 armor there. Ooh. Just made it lighter.
This one strikes a good balance.
Last bit on me legs. Straight up upgrade. Straight up upgrade. All that would do was change the colour. That one is a bit of heat instead of cold. I'll take that. Alright, the colours are a little hodgepodge all over the place, but we've come along a little bit. Some gear progression, that's nice. Make sure we've chatted on with everybody. Oh, we should check in with Casmin and what we can upgrade as well. Harbour, you get pets? You always get pets. Delightful creature. Hope I never have to hurt any of you in the wild. Look at those eyes! Look at how kind and hopeful and eager. Let me feed the delightful beastie. Cass, how are we getting on?
So,
How's that your shelves?
done being frigid and unwelcoming.
You're too hard on yourself.
You were only lukewarm.
Yeah.
Sure. How about an icebreaker to get to know each other better?
Sounds fun. What have you got?
Simple. If you were a wild animal, what would you be?
Always depends on if you want a tail or the ability to fly. Something that hunts in a pack. Something random fit. I think whether it's small, pack animal, doggo, or dragon. I think dragon's probably the answer.
Easy. Ash Peak Drake.
Mm-hmm. You fancy yourself majestic enough to inspire legends?
No, I want wings and an armoured body and giant horns and the ability not to give a toss and live for thousands of years. Not immortal, but enough to see more.
More like I'm fiery and driven.
My goodness, the emphasis on the
Fine.
words.
I can see that.
And yourself? What animal would you be?
Say whatever Arthur is so I know the species.
An eastern reef crake.
Whoa! Like a kraken or...
A crake? Somehow
Yeah.
I pictured fewer tentacles and destroyed ships in your wake.
I've never heard someone asked in the mythological what animal or fantasy creature would be and they're like, kraken. Never heard that answer.
You're thinking of the big ones. An eastern reef crake is pretty small and harmless.
Oh.
But all crakes are misunderstood. They are incredibly intelligent creatures, and they diligently protect their eggs. They actually only attack when their nest is under threat. So yeah, I'd be a crake, happily living underwater.
That's the anxiety talking. I just want to be under the water, left alone, quiet in the corals. But there's a coziness to that. Okay, we can't do any more upgrades, so there's currently no point in salvaging anything. Okay, and it looks like that's just going to keep stretching forward, so there shouldn't be a limit to my camp supplies. I can also change my gear if I need. I'm good. Try and use my new bow as well while we're out there.
Normally,
Get used to using
you
it.
crack jokes in the face of dire
Could just shot arrows at the
circumstances,
big earth,
waves
dude.
Start breaking out on my skin.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, Bugger has eczema as well.
But when it comes to the masked Hearthsider, you might have a point. He could be scared of us. We are disassembling their enchantments left and
I
right.
think it's reacting to my dialogue choices too. Small little ways, but it is recognising them.
And in the case of their arcs, dismembering.
Besides, who wouldn't quake in their boots at the sight of me? I am about as strapping as they come.
Alright, Bryn. Alright.
And here come the hives.
Okay, so let's see how this fast travel works. Ooh, very pretty. Loom gates. The base camp's loom gate allows instant travel any other loom gate you've activated. Look for other loom gates around the world and interact with them to create a connection and allow quick return. Ooh. I have found 9 out of 24 codexes. 2 out of 5, whatever that is on the map, and I have killed the big thing here once. Shows me the common enemies. All the resources. I don't think I found any luster weave or horn fragments. Everything else I think I've found. How have I missed so many codex entries? I know there's still a bit of the map to explore. Let's go. Okay, it will take me... Oh, that's not Big Monster. That is Loomgate. I understand. 2 out of 5 hammer. Don't know what you mean, game by hammer. I wish you'd tell me. Oh. How's this work? Am I stepping through a door? Am I being disassembled into small pieces and reassembled?
Let's do this.
Bird's like, yep, you first. I become the Strands. There's always a lot of interesting discussion around teleportation, the reconstitution of the body. And is it your soul when you land, or something new that remembers all you were? It's a little existential for my liking. Does it get me from A to B? Huzzah.
Gate is a success.
Hopefully more trips to come. To new and exciting places.
This hammer's around here somewhere, game. Miss something up here? I can't tell if hammer mean... It can't be a lore thing. Otherwise there'd be like another 20 hammers about the place. It's not this chest which didn't reopen. That's an inefficient way to gather bush. That's inefficient too if I lose the material. Pardon? Don't recognise that creature noise, but sure. That way. Definitely that way. Are we sure it's not up? Definitely not. Someone's banging around. Oh! Huh. So it's not just the same enemy we fought before, it is a different one. Oh, there's a second. Oh, let's try a new blast. Create a bubble of kinetic energy. Pulling objects and foes. Yeah, we saw this. Pair it, cast, tap while targeting to detonate the blast. Is it in there? It was, I don't... Oh, there we go. I did more damage. Oi! I am sick of your shit. Okay, so its presence in the zone is now a lot more noticeable if it's big and screechy over there. And it has a weapon. If ice can make armor brittle, maybe I can smack the plate without just pulling it off with telekinesis. Maybe that's a way around. Oh, I need to swap to me pull. Oi, out of the way. Yeah, it has to just mean in here. Alright, alright. Or maybe story gated. Oh, bloody hell. The fact just walking around and other enemies might get involved is a bit of a problem. Come here. Go to your mate. Freeze you both together. Turn you into a big block. Explode the block. There's stuff there. I suppose the more ability, like if I could then have set it all on fire, you know what I mean? Indeed. Okay, there isn't really a crouch or a stealth button, so try and clear out a few doggos. Go for him before we move on with the quest. I don't know how much tankier it might be. Hello, Malgozata in the chat. Hope you're doing well this evening. Hope you're looking forward to your weekend. Don't mind me, I'm just going to be getting bodied by this big bugger. All of the wolves. Or Akala, as I think they were called. Eat sword. I missed! Hey. Okay. I think I just need to be careful where I fight this thing now. Obviously, having a weapon's going to be a problem because it's going to do way more damage. It's going to have a big swing. It's going to have a larger hitbox, but maybe my telekinesis, if it was strong enough, could throw the weapon back at it or take it out of its hand, or I can freeze it to the ground, or maybe I can hit those little things from here as well. Not if I miss. Ice first. Said something about the ensnaring blast letting me shoot myself up. Not like this. Nope. Maybe that requires an upgrade. Never mind. I'm punching. Nope. Swap the sword. There we go. Pick your bits. Oh, what are you doing? It's creating a big old gravity well. Oh, nope. That's a lot of damage. Friend. Missed. It's not what I was aiming for. Think I half hit it? Hand to ground. Oh, sugar. Nope. I'm sorry to hear it's not been a good day for you, bub. I hope the weekend improves things as you go. At the very least, you take it steady now and keep yourself hydrated, you hear? Oh, no. Oh, put the stick in the ground. That's not helping me. It doesn't feel like it's helping me. Can I break the stick? Nope. Oh look, it's reacting to it being stuck in the ground and is very upset. No, you can't get me. Underneath your elbow. Oh look there, look. On the back. Will this get me to the strand bit I'm after? I can't remember if I took this bit off before. Oh, I forgot to cling. The moment it starts shaking. Don't mind me, it's just your feet. Oh, it's got a lot more health than the base version. Somehow I dropped to the arm. Clink, clink! Nah, I'm not hitting it fast enough. I think Big Grump is certainly an apt description. POA 2, I am fascinated to get to at some point. I'm... Ooh! Waiting for the full release, mind you. Okay, that makes it an easier climb. Clink, clink. Okay, it's when the screen goes kind of grey. I put a decent amount of time into the first game, but I kind of fell off the moment it was clear my build was not going to get me through into the end game. And when it was, okay, so how do I respec? Oh, it is a long and arduous, not easy process. It's probably faster to restart the game. And I'm like, well, nope, I'm not going to be doing that. Oh, crap. But given a lot of the changes they've made for 2, very interested to see how we get on. Ah, you missed me. But I'm also waiting for whatever Paladin-y Templar type class comes out for it. So probably just best to wait for full release. Nope, 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 nope. Clack, cling, cling, the moment it goes grey. Ah, fair play. Can't blame you for that. If I wasn't streaming, where I was very kindly gifted it myself on stream too, I would happily be playing it. But given that I'm gonna be streaming it at some point, I'd rather everything be with, you know, fresh eyes at that point. Please, please. Oh, oh no. Should heal again. It's reacting really quickly to stuff. Blink. Stop it, monster. Just want to be friends. It's this staff mood where it puts it down and then starts doing explosives. No! No, closer. Cling. Maybe for that base version I couldn't break all its chest piece off. Aha! Locus points. Points are trained to perceive the strands of magic where great creatures focus their power. These are called locus points. To gain mastery over their abilities, points harvest them. They must be right on top of the locus, use it by climbing, and pull it free. Exposing the locust for harvest often requires shearing parts of the creature's armor off or otherwise disrupting them. After you defeat each creature once, the band pulls their observations. Visit Lane to assemble the creature's codex entry, then it may be consulted at any time for tips on how to harvest. I wonder if that means you can or can't do it first time. Well, I always found the most fascinating thing about Path of Exile in the first game was the... This is pretty cool, by the way. Oh, I ran out of stamina! Well, that sucks. Oh, you son of a gun. No. That sucked. That was mean. But how they'd have skill gems that would essentially let you create your own skills in a way or edit them in a really interesting fashion. And the second game, they've changed that so it's not tied to the gear, but you're building it separately. And that just seemed really bloody cool to me. Oh, and that just does it from full health.
A kinetic strap. Wonderful.
No. Ooh, epic material. Isn't it that nice? Oh, it's vibrating. Oh no. Chill out. Hey, I can stop glitches. Well, my main thing for PoE would be the skill tree, which they didn't tone down at all, as far as I can tell for the sequel, is going to be overwhelming. You're going to look at it, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Now, a lot of folks get past that by looking up a build beforehand. I'm the type who just likes to go through and pick as I go. And that might mean endgame I've buggered myself. From what I'm told, though, respecking is made a lot easier this time around. So I think you can have a little more freedom with your choices. But experimenting with new characters and stuff is also a more than valid way to play. Just give yourself the patience. Maybe check out some starter guide. What was his name? There's a YouTuber who has like a... his like icon, let's say, is a blue hoodie. I think it's called Rax. It's the shortened version of it. There's a lot of like really good starter videos. Really boils it down. I very much liked him for that. Can get a little detail heavy sometimes, but he knows his stuff. I always found him to be one of the easiest ones to help get into a new ARPG. Vibranium, maybe. That wasn't actually the main quest, but I'm glad I got him. Weave the harvested strand to empower the ensnaring blast ability. Always intrigues me how kinetic magics feel so rigid. Their patterns are less flexible than their elemental cousins. Pushing my own energy into the arc of stricken earth was like reaching into a machine. It reminded me of the ore processors my father worked with in some ways. Still, the stand is mine. A blend of my own softer energy with the hard edges of the arc, ready to be woven into my mantle. Ta-dam then. Oh, and there's my little fast travel being. They're ready to go. Oh! Please, my knees. I think reading and getting more knowledge about it will certainly do you a lot of help in that regard. My stress would be figuring out what is the general consensus right now in early access on respecking. Rather than going for like build by build if you want to discover it for yourself, it's like, okay, how generous is this respec going to be? Am I going to be wasting my time repeatedly? Or is it generous enough and gold, reasonable enough to farm, that it's actually pretty freeing to do so as long as I'm not doing it all the time at the higher levels? But again, I haven't played the second one yet or looked up much. I just liked the idea that now we can roll. They've got way crazier bosses going on with really cool mechanics that are actually quite, from what AJ in the chat has said a few times, are actually pretty tough. Which is good to hear. One of the problems of Diablo 4, for example, was the bosses just kind of, apart from one or two exceptions, were all pretty easy. I mean, I haven't played Diablo 4 since before the expansion came out. I haven't gone back since, but I did very much enjoy it. I do love a good ARPG. I do love a good pants collecting game. Okay. Do not fall. A little bit more. Closer. Hey, I built my own bridge. Oh, nay, I do not. Nay, I do not. It's alright. You can keep me enthralled in suspense and mystery. Try and work out my own crackpot theories, but for the moment, I need to be focusing on where I'm going. But if you are an old friend from somewhere, I appreciate you spending the time and tuning in. That's very kind of you. Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. Lovely to see you again, friend. Hope you're doing well. In a more wide-reaching manner. It's been a while. No, I've been going on the streaming journey since about July. Do WoW in the morning, other games in an evening. I tend to go one at a time, other than the WoW stuff. And even then, WoW is... I treat it more like a morning show. When there's new content, it's a little more exciting. Otherwise, I just got bucket lists of stuff. Let's see. Something behind me. A tower! I seemingly can't do anything with these towers yet, so I don't know. Oh, it's a frosty boy. Best thing for these seems to be keep them at range. I got out! No. You go back in the bubble. I need to be way quicker on that. Back over there. Need to aim for the head, Baroque. Please, why is this so difficult? It does no damage when it's quick shots. Okay, I'm just going to fling ice at you now. Kick. 0 damage. What? He's running away. Come back. Mistake. Ooh. What epic. It's fair enough. No worries. I appreciate you popping in then. I do know I need to set up a dual stream to Twitch at some point. I just again I worry at my internet and computer's capability to do both at once. And it'd require getting the stream set up to begin with took months of just messing with settings and trying for 3 to 5 hours each day, seeing if it would crash, seeing how the fan was getting on. Some days it was like an hour and then things overheated and it's like, nope, we gotta stop. Try something else the next day. So I don't know how much strain it's going to put on, but I know for folks watching live streams, Twitch is certainly a lot more popular than YouTube, and YouTube benefits way more if your channel has some of the longer form videos on it. Which mine does not as of yet, because I've not really had the time if I want to keep my weekends. Dormant aerolith. Once able to moderate the weather, outside the Vale, none survived the surge without I missed that last bit. It's fine. We'll read it all when we collect them all. I know, I think that's fair enough. There's bad things about Kick over the years though, so I couldn't say. But certainly at least getting Twitch at the same time. Hey, Wolf58 in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well this evening too. Been enjoying the game a lot so far, and you recommend grinding and upgrading magic early to make it more powerful and fun to use. Well, we have just beaten that other big guy. I do need to level up the ensnaring blast, so we have level 2 of that. But I shall certainly bear it in mind and coming back to fight the bigger things. You son of a gun. I hate how far you run, archers. There we go. I'm just in desperate need for one of the great swords now. I'm sure I'll find one soon enough. Hello, hello, hello. So platform, gimme. No, why? Why, Bryn? Why did we jump that far? I will conquer this. I have conquered a boss today. I can conquer climbing a ledge, god damn it. Oh. Oh, I could not apparently knock the whole thing down. Nothing of value. Sadness. I'm just kind of going into the mountains right now. Oh, it's another one of these. But it's grown into the rock, and the biological ore we were talking about is kind of, ow! It's got miasma on it. So this stuff is dangerous to the arc things as well. I wonder if you're hiding anything about here. But interesting that whatever this stuff is dangerous to them. Might explain why they're angry and attacking folks who can use the magic. Really, game? Not the ladder? That was risky, but we're fine. Next one. All up there. Some barrels. Bam, bam, bam. Wall above. Can he go much higher? That isn't perfect, but it's pretty fun, especially when using your abilities by using the kinetic bubble as a trampoline of sorts. I shall do so when I gain bubble, unless you mean blast. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! That seems like it's going to be difficult, actually, for me to... What's the word? Not articulate, but to perform in motion, for lack of a better term. Or can I just... Maybe I don't have to aim again. Can I just press the trigger? No, I have to be aiming. It has to be bigger. Practice. Hasty burial. A diplomat seal from Canland from when home was merely a province. So other folks have come about here. Oi. See you over there. Can't open chests in combat. That's fine. Give me that lever. I can imagine, like, maybe to... For, like, the big boss we just fought here, trying to get to his chest, if I could... You know, let's say big fella's up there and I'm like, right, quick, put it on. Make bubble big, jump, and to his chest! That was kind of it. Maybe freezing him down first. Ow. Oi, you lot. Okay, they just needed a moment to time out. There we go. Beautifully done. It's going to be hard for me to keep with sword and shield or bow the moment I get my hands on a bloody great sword, though. I'll be gone straight away. I just wish the inventory was bigger. Even already upgrading it once, I'm like, more. I need more. How much woven have I got? 1, 2, 3... 4, but not much of. I need more base stuff for camp as well, though. Drop the iron. Get this wool. Did indeed need to chill, Mal. Did indeed. Just you wait. It'll be all of the Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger puns. Welcoming them to the Ice Age. Telling them to cool off. Missing any codex entries nearby. I'm up again in the chat. Don't want to spoil the abilities, but ones I've gotten so far are damn good. Especially the one I got recently. Ice Wall's still definitely my favourite though, since you can encase dudes in ice. Aye, that seemed... I think that was a really clever one to... One... The grasping and telekinetically throwing stuff around. Anyone who's like just getting into the game, I think most gamers are just going to enjoy that, you know? There's something fun about chucking physics. And then having the ice wall, and like, look, you can build things. Then when that dragon comes down, what we figured out pretty quickly was, oh, I can tie a wing, I can shut its mouth, and then the cinematic after that, I thought... was very clever because it showed Bryn actually doing some of that. So for maybe people who didn't figure that out during the fight, would actually give them like a mini tutorial just through that visual. But I do look forward to seeing how I can mix the fire stuff in as well, the moment we start finding one. I'm going to assume in the next zone I get a fire one. Barrels over here. All rough leather though. Any of you for more of the woven stuff? Yes. Oh, see what I mean? That forward jump sometimes just has a wild amount of momentum. More stuff. How far am I out from am I? I don't know. Don't think I can go up wherever this is yet, because that's covered in miasma. Again, the game I assume wants to keep some areas for me to explore when I come back to this place later. Just double check down here. Get burnt birds. I missed! Fine. Can't hit me behind this ice wall. I'd 100% agree. Like, we saw Tears of the Kingdom really go for like a really modern push of it. And I like, say, Divinity Original Sin 2 or Baldur's Gate 3 really pushing that. But to be able to do it in a more like third-person action-adventure game, it's just a lot of fun. Like, a lot of the systems seem really simple and streamlined, but I really admire it for that. So many games want to overcomplicate and try and, I don't know, almost binge hours out of the player with unnecessarily complex systems. Especially for a new game and a new IP. You know, the dev might have some industry vets in there, but it is a new studio. Doesn't always make it easy to crack on with that. So I've loved a lot of the world building. Like, my first stream, about a good hour and 20 minutes of that was just reading the codex entries that came with it at the start. And I think they've got a really interesting world built up here, and I can see a next game in a series adding character customization, as long as they, as you say, continue with the physics stuff.
You're getting close to Dredge's Mire.
I think the interweaving of them all and that player expression through gameplay is, as you say, not as common these days, or can be a real big miss. That must be the way we're going. Also, in case guys with the ice wall correctly, I've learned you have to do it before hitting them. Bear it in mind. Plenty to figure out. Alright, there's just this little way down the pass here. Quickly check down here. Sneak lizards. Looks like they just take less damage when they're invisible. What happens if I fully encase it then? It's just kind of biting his way. Maybe when it's upgraded and I can put the ice in faster. Exactly, and I have every faith they'll do that. Hopefully they went in with a more managed budget, and that's why they're charging not like AAA price. It's also on Game Pass on day one as well, which has helped. It had a demo. It's hit that early point of the year. I think to get in now, in between the big game launches, you know. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't out yet. The new Civ isn't out yet. Monster Hunter's not out yet. Avowed isn't out yet. And we're a long ways off the Switch 2 and GTA 6. So it's come out at a really good point. And I think especially it'll catch a few Monster Hunter fans from the reviews, because there's a lot of that DNA in here. And especially how the sets and stuff are built up. These nasty bugs. You are ruining the battlefield, and it sucks. I would like you to stop. Oil membrane. Ugh. Got anything that's a 1? Nah, we're alright. I'm sure I'll find more of them weird bugs. Quiet circle. A reverent natural place. Sit with one hand, he who endures. there a statue for Wenhand? Not as of yet. I'll numb the ice. No, you're alright. I understand the desire to apologise. There's always an element, and I've had this with friends over the years, of I'm so excited about seeing someone play this game. I want you to be like, oh, also, if you didn't know, there's this cool thing you can do, and you might not have realised it, so I'm going to tell you, so you... And it's really difficult to trade that with letting folks discover on their own. If this was, say, the, 7th stream of the... What? I can lift the house? What do you mean? But yeah, if this was later on, and I still hadn't figured out some basics, I'd be more than appreciative for it. But I'm not going to jump down your throat for it, Wolf. I wouldn't worry about it. How much health do you have, building? Oh, I'm knackered. Charged hits. Hey, a chest. It was worth it. Yeah, my house. Interestingly, I still really want to try out Dragon's Dogma 2. I adored the first one, and the magic looked absolutely insane for the sequel as well. But I can understand wanting it to be a little more... the magic being a little more physicsy. Oh, you do a lot of damage. This is my problem with Ice Wall. It never goes in the direction I want it. Oh, no! Oh my god! I got away with it! Alright, fire guy. Is there a way round that way? The side of it. I'm coming for you, you son of a bitch. Nay, I did not need more power. I needed just to whack it very hard. Okay. Ah, I see. Ooh! Jammy stuff game. Just feels a little bit jammy. Ooh. Nope, here I thought there'd be a fancy bow recipe. I assume this is the area I went up before. No, it's a different area. Right? No, I've broken stuff. That's fine. Why does it feel different, though? Am I just looking at it from a different angle? I don't remember a cave. Or was this where I fought that ice wolf? Different ice wolf. This is what happens with me. I get lost. I get confused. Garbage with geography. I will take luck. I will absolutely take luck. Please, you ruined this for both of us. No, listen. Just... Goodbye. Oh. And then back up again. Curious how the AI is going to handle that. You come back up here. Hit you with a rock. Throw you back down. Oh, I ran out of magic. Shoot, go down. I'm not having this frost garbage kill me again. No, I cannot block status effects. It's going the long way around. Alright, well, he's run off that way. I'm gonna... Oh, it's an icy place. Okay, hang on. I've got an ice potion. To practice with the ice wall a bit, you recommend pointing at a place, then quickly aiming at the place. It seemed like if you were doing quick drags, it was going to go where you wanted it to go. I hope I don't just get blindsided by that guy. Right, let's quickly have this cold potion and run in. Go. What am I after? Pull this ore and chuck it outside for afterwards. How long does this potion last? Not long enough. There's loads of stuff in here. Loads of whatever this ore is. At the moment I get a fire spell, that kind of renders this a bit redundant, but I'm here now. Chest. Chest of stuff I can't pick up. Blue, red, I don't need that one. I don't have many carved resources. Oh, it counts as wood, right. Crap. I just want more inventory slots. It'll do. I had some ironwood from elsewhere. Is there a goddamn codex? Doesn't look like it. About halfway on the potion, so as long as I get out momentarily. Up. Here. Outside, crystals. Hop. Too big, too big. Say that about fire, just wait. What do you mean? This is a big ice cave. Surely the fire will be of use. Where did all my ice crystals go? Did I throw them too far? Did they fall off the cliff? Crap. My plan was flawed, apparently. Alright, alright. Make my way around this way to whatever that house was. And we go kill that firebird. Make our way to the next map. Find a good point of pausing. And go from there. That miasma's not going to knock me down, surely. Good miss. And again, it's a little bit of drop off. Oh wait, they're going up and around. They did connect. It's alright, I'll get to it eventually. I appreciate the excitement. You, scumbag. Going nowhere. Revenge. Sweet. Delicious. Revenge. You have a load of fancy stuff I can't fit in my bag. Makes me angry. Ah. Put down the hard lever. I don't have sod or carved stuff. Some more. Some woven. Needed a lot more woven, but gonna take the epic for sure. Oh, I lost a weave. Hey, if you've still got stuff to enjoy, that bodes very well given the excitement so far. Oh, you don't have bows. You have great swords. Give it to me. Oh, they're doing big wheelie swings. Understood. Second swing came a little quick. Just have to get used to the animation. What's happening? It's scissors! It's not a great sword! Disgusting. I can't pick up any more of your stuff. I wish I could. House. Wild post closed by order of the eye. Succinct. Order of the eye sounds a bit suspicious. Can I pull the door off? No, I can break the stairs. Just the door? Or am I breaking the whole house? Front of the whole house by the looks of it. Let me in. Ah, fair play. Hey, if it's Soldier on the game, they did their job. I did unlock the ability to go back to base. I have this little doohickey that sends me back. It's just then I would spawn back at that fast travel gate at the top. And I'm kind of here. I mean, I could. It would just be a lot of running back and forth. Oh, hello, 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 hello. But this is good. This doesn't take inventory slot. Ooh.
Metal plates with detailed
Grave
engraving.
plates. Set of metal plates with intricate engravings appears to be a sample or a prototype, and it's a quest item. Hey, it's a lovely looking pauldron if I do say so.
I wonder if Sola might be interested in these.
I think that's a steel blob. Yep, it took no damage from me rocks. Maybe the fire? Aha! More fire flowers, please. Oh, there was another chest. Bigger bench. Hey, that did it. It's a different thing. Colin steel. A lot of different resources. Right. I'll consider that house investigated for now. Another one of these towers. It's just then I'd have to come out again and get here again, and I'm already so close to my quest objective. It's alright. I think you're right, though, for future streams, Mal. I'm going to have to be more cognizant of just being like, right, I'm full up, I'm going to quickly teleport back. It's just because it passes time, and I'm just worried that passing time has some kind of detrimental effect. Like, if your campaign hits, I don't know, 35 days, NPC dies. That kind of thing. Like, that's always in the back of my head when any game starts saying day 1. It's not Majora's Mask, the moon's going to come and destroy us all, but that's where my brain is. Oh, my legs! Okay, we're going to head down the pass for now, though. And further explore the area another time. I want to come into this new area, find the loom, then I think we'll call it for the evening. So I'm starting to push it. Do need to eat. Tomorrow is my father's birthday, so we're all going out for a meal as well as a family, so I need to make sure I'm not too late to bed. Aye. Keep yourselves hydrated and keep yourselves fed, you hear? A mundane two-hander!
Designed for a two-hander.
Beautiful.
Looks like it was being packed up to ship.
That's it.
It'll be
10 out of 10.
exciting to work off an Enclave design firsthand.
I was glad seeing the trailers and being like, right, there's only 3 weapons. You've got your sword and shield, your bow, and a two-hander. I was like, oh god, what's the two-hander? They were like, oh, it's a great sword. I'm like, yes! Everything is fine now. Right, let's see this entrance to the swamp, and we'll do an expedition proper next time. I just want to get a fast travel point, which I'm hoping is near the door. Reggers Mire. Blooded and verdant. Tree houses going on. Oh no, as a loot goblin myself, I completely understand. That's why the first time I came in, I was like, it sets me with such unease. We've got even more of the dead constructs. A different looking deific figure. More invisible lizards. And there's the gate. Tower. And a dragon! Second gate. Potentially. Please be one nearby. Something unearthed. Sort of solar. Maria mentioned that Dharm has an exciting discovery of Solar that might result in new gear for me. I should check with Solar at the Forge to find out more. And the Ashpeak Drake. Defeat the Ashpeak Drake hunting in Dredge's Mire to collect a strand of its power. Named after a chain of volcanically active and blackened mountains, the Ashpeak Drake is a deadly predator known for its fiery breath. What one is doing hunting Dredge's Mire is something of a mystery. It should also be an opportunity. If I can bring it down, I should be able to gather enough threads of its magic to form a strand of my own. I've always wanted to be able to breathe fire. Not just useful in combat, but fun at parties. Well, the really good parties anyway. Bryn. Honestly. So irresponsible. See, this map has 6 hammers. I still don't understand what the hammer is. However, 2 codexes there, 4 for the weather, 22 overall, 2 gates, 6 locations. I assume that means. Here's hoping the first waypoint is close. The devs were kind.
But first things first. Use our key swatch with a loom gate in the mire, so that it's easy to return.
Exactly, Aurea.
I'll check the maps.
See, it's right there! Thank goodness. I'm assuming going from one zone to the other. Yeah, let's keep my stuff. Go, 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 go. Gonna have a few bits and bobs. Ooh, different basic material. Alright, so no point gathering it all then if it's all going to be different. Activate the gate.
Perfect. I can see the connection.
That was quick.
We'll be able to come back whenever we'd like.
Beautiful.
Without having to trek through all the mud.
The beauty of instantaneous travel. Key swatches are an ingenious system for connecting loom gates together.
Big opening area. Right, let's head back. Oh, it lets me go to them regardless. That's good. Oh, the epic encounter is now X'd off. I wonder if it still respawns for materials, or by X'd off it means, oh, you did the sucky on its chest and got it, you know. There was a word that they extracted the strand or what have you. It's fine. That's a better way to... The other way was a little more crass. My apologies. Right, back at the camp. A lot to turn in the afternoon. More folks to talk with rather. I think for now though, I'm gonna have to call it there for the evening. Yes, you get lovely pets, of course you do before we leave. You're marvellous. With that said then folks, what I'll say now is thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed yourselves, don't forget to leave a like button. Helps push the video through the algorithm so more folks can come hang out and enjoy some games with us. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. We're on the weekdays at 9 AM GMT with World of Warcraft and 6 PM in the evenings with other games. Currently, of course, Eternal Strands. And you can find playlists to everything else we've already played previously right here on the channel.
By the way, what's that?
To binge to that's content.
I heard you saying it to Bryn earlier.
The chat.
That's the name their parents chose. Lane is the name they chose.
Fair enough. Didn't realise. Thank you for letting me know. Lane,
Good to know.
Lane. Not lane free, but lane.
Oh, bless Aurea for caring. If you just go beyond the little video tab into the playlist, you'll find them all organised there for you. Or you can scroll through the live tab. That's where all the VODs go while we're here on YouTube. So until next time, folks, you have yourselves a lovely weekend. Much love, take care, and bye-bye.